Good morning, everyone. Are we ready? Are we ready? Whew. Korea is starting. OWCS is starting back. The world is healing. And we are ready to go. Morning, Hadouken King. Anyone else in a storm? Yeah, Mortflare. It's a bit stormy here. I've not got the worst of it, but it's a bit stormy here. Morning, everyone. Morning, Eggy. Morning, Askaz. Who else is here? Morning, Gris. Oh, morning, Shilme. Morning, Polix. You got the same shirt? I know, one of the original Gladiators ones. Oh, all right. Let's get into this because I wanted to look. I haven't done my power rankings yet, so I'll do my power rankings live this morning before the game starts proper. And then when the game starts proper, we'll hook up with Max. We'll give him a little knock. And we'll bring you an English cast. They might have killed the English broadcast, but they can't kill me and Max. Me and Max will live forever. And that's the truth. Morning, Gez. Live and in colour. Right, let me just send my tweet. Go and live OWCS Korea right now. Power rankings. English cast. Mythic skin. Giveaways. We have it all. Remember, Unter is spelt. Let me do some hyphens here. There we go. All right, let's do it. Morning, Andra. We are gonna, they said they would give us a clean feed. I don't think we're actually gonna use the clean feed. I think I really liked a lot last year that we had for Korean sort of backing vocals, if you will. So when they pop off and go, ah, the same thing, you know. We get that passion and energy from them as well. So I think even though we can have the clean feed, I think we're going to actually stay away from it. So let me just shove some noodles down my throat, as is tradition with these early Korea streams, and then we can get right into the action. You're not wrong, Polix. You're not wrong. Ooh. Hi, King Collector. Welcome. Yeah, I imagine we're going to get a lot of people first time, maybe. So welcome. Generally, what you'll get here is we'll talk about the game a bit before it. We'll do some giveaways as we go along throughout the day between the matches and stuff. We'll start with power rankings, but when we get into the action proper, I'll be casting with Unter, who you might know from the LA Gladiators. Maybe most famously. More recently, announced as the SSG head coach, but we'll be casting it so you'll have like as close to a full experience as you can. Oh, should we talk about some power rankings then as well? Should we talk about it? I might turn this into a video afterwards as well, so you can sort of bear with that too. Oh, okay. And then we can get into all the action, get the stream hooked up and everything like that. Okay, do I have everything I need to go? I want to say yes. All right. Let me just picture it mentally. Am I ready for these power rankings? I think so, yes. So welcome, everyone. Welcome. It's OWCS Korea is starting again. And with OWCS Korea starting again, it's obviously time to do some power rankings again. I can show you the format a little bit of what we're going to be working with here. It's going to be pretty similar to last year. There's going to be 9 teams, a top 9. And then those are going to play a round robin against each other. And then out of that, 8 teams actually go through. They split in half a little bit. So they split in half. Half of them are going to go into a seeding decider match. And the rest of them are going to be thrown into a gauntlet for a last chance qualifier. And then out of all that, they're going to go into an actual playoff bracket, which is actually squeezed in at the end here as well. So we'll get a chance to see all these teams filtered out into our final 2 that will be going to China for that first OWCS major of the year. So we've got lots of teams to look at, lots of teams to talk about. So let's take a look at, I've made a little spreadsheet of all the teams, all the rosters. So all the teams kind of in the order I'm pretty sure they're seeded based on these first 4 teams in the order they finished last year. Then T1, the new partner team coming in, and then obviously these bottom 4 teams from the qualifiers, the open qualifiers they had in Korea. We've got all of their tanks, DPS and supports in green, pink and blue respectively. So as you can see, we've got a lot of stacked rosters, a lot of players to consider here. So we'll waste no time. We'll get straight into ranking them. And the best way to start the rankings is at the bottom here. So honestly, I think we're going to see a pretty big divide in Korea this year between the elite teams and, of course, the rest of the teams. So when I talk elite teams, I'm really talking about the big three. I'm talking about the big three for sure. Maybe there's some opportunities for T1 and FTG to punch up a little bit, and maybe we'll talk about that later. But I think these big three are pretty cemented in, and we won't see too many changes in that respect. So what we have to do is filter out the bottom teams. It's worth remembering as well. Remember, 8 out of 9 teams go through and have another chance, even if it's last chance qualifier. So you really don't want to be the bottom team. All you have to do is not come bottom just to get another chance, right? But of course, someone has to be bottom right. So when I look across these teams, we do have to glance our eyes towards the bottom right. Teams like New Era, teams like Vesta Crew are probably two of the teams. Maybe even this Pokerface team I'm not as convinced by. But I think, honestly, when I look at maybe this Vesta Crew team, as much as Vesta Crew have held a special place in my heart for a long time, they no longer have Dart, so that connection with my heart is broken. It's broken a little bit here. Farmer is a player we've seen play in little bits last year, but he's never been convincing. I know he's just been given cameos on Winston maps normally, but he's always looked really poor, actually. So as for solo tank here, I'm really worried about Vesta Crew. They've got Architect back from the grave. Two-time winner of Overwatch League with San Francisco Shock, but it's been a long time. So does he still have it? I'm really not convinced. So I actually think, as much as maybe, Vesta Crew have a team that have struggled a lot last year, I think their roster looks worse than this year. I think they're not making the top 8. They're not making the top 8. So Vesta Crew are going to be the 9th team in my opinion. Then above them, I think I'm going to go New Era. I think we saw New Era play a little bit through some of the open qualifiers and in their games. I think they've got Kivies and MCD is maybe the name people will be most familiar with this from this team, who played obviously on Twisted Minds last season. But again, I'm looking at this team, I'm looking at the players on the other teams, and I just don't think they can compare really. I don't think they stack up. So maybe there's an element here of like new hero out, Hazard out. Ruler has had some success on that hero. Is it enough to push him up? I think if you have a strong Hazard player, it can push you up these rankings. But I worry there's actually going to be a lot of strong Hazard players in South Korea, and maybe even if you have a good Hazard player, it's not going to be enough to change the rankings as much as maybe it would in other regions. So I think New Era are going to stay down the bottom here. And then, even though they did very well towards the end of last year, Pokerface are a team that have seen mass changes. While there are some bits I like here, I think Alien and Dart stand to be a relatively strong DPS combo. Mitten and Donghyun is a backline I have so many concerns and so much worries about. And then if we look at what has been meta lately in a lot of regions, this Hazard, Kiri, Lucio, what this does is it puts a lot of pressure on this backline to live. Can they live these situations? Can they survive? And I look at Mitten, I look at Donghyun, and I'm worried. Likewise, Gafriam is a player who's really had more success on stuff like Junker Queen, Ramatra, Sigma, some of the ground-based tanks more than all these divey ones. They obviously have Heiser as well, but Heiser's not old enough to play until partway through the season. So I think despite their highs last season, this roster's way worse. And I think we're going to be, if anyone's a Pokerface head, I think you might actually end up being quite disappointed in all of this right now. And this is where it starts to actually get a little bit tricky, because we obviously have T1 that have loads of great pieces. Loads of great pieces here. Donghak, one of the most talented tanks on these good heroes. I think Hazard matches a lot of the skill set of the heroes he's so good at as well. So while we've not seen Donghak play the Hazard yet, I've got super high expectations for what we see from him. Likewise, they've got players like Proud, who is someone everyone's been really hot on for ages as a hit scan prospect. I mean, he's been around forever, so maybe he's not a prospect anymore. Maybe he's just established. Did very well with Pokerface last season. Super big talent. Again, though, similar to what we talked about with some of the other teams, maybe with Pokerface. The backline is where I get concerned. Skewed. Eddie Gladiator skewed. Back from retirement, back at it. I think he's looked okay in some of the games we've seen him in so far in some of the preseason tournaments. But I'm really worried about Opener. Opener, super nice guy. Everyone says nice things about him. But I'm worried. I'm worried when you look at the other elite backlines. Is he going to stack up? Right? Is he going to stack up? So T1 are a hard team to place because we've sort of reserved our top 3. I think I made that clear at the start. But T1, Way, For the Gamer, they can all get mixed in. Way is a team who maybe have some older names. You'll see Who Are You, who is about as old a name as it gets. Obviously, this guy has a few rings going as well with both with Shanghai Dragons and Florida Mayhem. Maybe mainly as a bench player, of course, but you know, Maka also with a ring from the bench here. So they've got players you might be familiar with. I think Milgaru's looked pretty decent on the Hazard. Ade has had high points on hit scan as well. And even Lee Soo-min has looked good at times last year when he was on Haedric Dan and stuff like this. So I think there's a lot of reason to believe in Wei. Also, when we watch one of those preseason tournaments, the team that looked the strongest on this Hazard comp, and we'll be seeing a lot of this Hazard comp at least early on in this stage, in terms of the Hazard, Genji, Sojin, Kiri, Lucio, I think actually Wei have looked incredibly good on this composition. The thing we have to remember, though, is Stage 1 is quite long. Stage 1 is going to go on for at least 8 weeks, including playoffs, and that means we're going to get a patch change in that as well. And we've got to factor in there's going to be hero bans in this tournament as well. So all of these things where you're really good at the meta composition can be disrupted massively by the hero bans, by that mid-season patch. So while I think Wei might start very strong, I think they're going to fall off at a certain point here. So I think we might see Wei start very strong, but fall off. So I'm going to put Wei maybe a little bit lower, even though I think the first few weeks we could see them get some pretty decent results, actually. And maybe especially against T1 and FTG, I could see him beating them in the earlier weeks. But as we go all the way through the tournament, we hit hero bans, we hit a patch change. If Hazard is touched a lot in that patch change, I feel like we could really see Wei fall off. I think a trap teams are going to fall into against Wei is when Huayu is on the Genji, he's still got it, guys. I'm pleased to inform you he still has it. So Wei you might see, in theory, you think, well, ban Genji away from Huayu, get yourself an advantage in a map. I think a lot of these teams also fancy themselves on the Genji or their flex DPS player. Their best player is also the Genji. So I think Huayu might actually get to play Genji in more maps than he won't. And will therefore be able to influence a lot for his team. It's all just the biggest worry for Wei is this meta change. How deep does their roster go? How deep does their flexibility go when the patch change, when hero bans test it? So I think they will fall off. And then when we get to T1 and For the Gamer, this becomes really hard. I think For the Gamer have maybe the opposite problem of Wei. I think in this meta right now, I don't think they're going to look that good. I think, thank you, Askaz. I don't think they're going to look that good right now in this current meta. I think Profit on Sojin is a very different kettle of fish compared to Profit on like a Widow or an Ashe or a Cass or something like this. So I think Profit is going to be potential weak link if he's forced onto Sojin or even forced off hit scan altogether in this meta. So I think For the Gamer, they will start slow, but they will overtake Wei eventually. I think there are lots of pieces I like on this team. Vigilante and Heesung, I think, super high talent players. So I think For the Gamer, start slow, ramp up. Start slow, ramp up. Do they beat T1 is the big question. I think there's still more high points on T1. When I look at the best parts of For the Gamer, maybe Heesung, maybe even Profit on the right heroes, actually, I think T1 just have more established, better versions of that. They have Donghak, they have Proud. I think they're just better versions. So I find it really hard to put For the Gamer above T1, even though I think in reality, this 4, 5, 6 I've got here will be could vary quite a lot. And I think if anything, like I said, Wei might start very strong, which of course means now we've got our 4 to 9. We've got the top 3, our top 3, and this is where it gets really, really tricky because all these teams are so stacked. They've not made a whole lot of changes. In fact, the only real changes we've seen have, of course, been Falcons losing Smurf, losing Happy due to their retirement and heading to the military. So other than that, we're seeing a lot of the same teams here. I think it's worth casting our minds back. Now, actually, when we look at the Esports World Cup, the only tournament last year where we had hero bans, Crazy Raccoon were actually dominant in that tournament. And this team really has given itself a reputation even last year that it can play anything. And the more variety, the better it is for them. Where Falcons have really only found success on these big, brawly compositions when it's been a hard Malga mirror and these hard Orisa mirrors towards the end of the year. And these metas, I think, in theory, should be a lot rarer in hero bans to a degree. I think it's worth considering as well that Hazard is going to be a major factor for all of this, right? So I sort of have to look at these tanks as well and think who's going to be the best Hazard out of all of them. I think Burner has already shown a really great level in some of these preseason tournaments. I think Jumbin, he's good at everything, right? I think Jumbin will look very good. And I mean, you can really say the same about Hanbin. As long as it's not Winston, Hanbin's actually got it on pretty much every hero, I think. So it's a super high level of competition. And I think if we were to think purely about the Genji, Sojin, Hazard version of a composition, Maybe actually Team Falcons are pretty competitive here. They get proper on Genji, Stalker on Sojin. This feels really good. Fielder and Chio on Kiri Lucio probably feels a lot better than Shu Churong on Kiri Lucio. And the same over Finn Violet Lucio. So maybe Team Falcons, they can start strong. The meta might actually suit them quite well. But Falcons do have a reputation of starting slow after last year. And I think, again, when I think there's going to be a patch partway through the stage, we're going to see competitions push in different directions. Hero bans are going to force stuff in different directions. I think Crazy Raccoon do start to filter towards the top of that for me, because I think Jumpin will be more competitive. Maybe they have a bit of a Genji gap problem where he's saying he's good at Genji, but he's not as good at Proper and Pelican and the others. So it's hard. I think maybe the easiest bit of it all is to actually say Zeta Division are going to stay in this third place. Well, huge fan of Bernard, huge fan of Pelican and Alfie, like a really strong DPS combo, and I think Finn really had a great year last year. I just think Crazy Raccoon and Falcons, they just have more, right? They just have more. I really have to say, maybe it's getting a bit of a cliche now, but I'm really worried about Violet. I'm really worried about Violet. He's been on top for so long, and he always gets a lot of flack for Ajax and all of this, but I just worry, is it now too far? Has he gone from being a player where it's feast and famine, and maybe he botches a few plays, but he also has a few carry performances? Is that now gonna, have we reached a tipping point where it's more feed than it, or more famine than it is feed? And even though, again, hero bans suit Violet, a chance we saw Zeta do very well at the Esports World Cup, I think this is the tipping point, actually, and if anything, Violet's going to end up being a bit of a problem with Zeta Division. Likewise, I think Flora is gapped by his hit scan counterparts, whether that is Lip, Stalker, or Proper, whoever Falcons end up running in whatever patch we end up on hit scan. So I think there's downsides here. I think Alfie is a player with clearly huge talent, but I think Alfie is still a player, and I feel this way about Zest from T1 as well, but I feel like when they play against some of the mid-teams, they can really look like the best player in the server. But when they come against the real big dogs, the real high-stakes matches, I feel like Zest, Alfie, they've both had these problems, but they've just been underwhelming, gone missing a little bit here. So I think Zeta Division, they'll be close, they'll be in this top 3 for sure. I think they'll beat everyone else, but I don't think across the course they'll do better than Crazy Raccoon and Falcons. Which of course gets me to the final decision, the top 2, Crazy Raccoon, Falcons, Crazy Raccoon, Falcons. I look at this current meta, maybe in this current meta, like say we're still playing Hazard, Genji, Sojin, Kiri Lucio, I think that's better for Falcons. But I think the further we go through the tournament, same logic I've used on with a lot of the other teams here, the further we go through the tournament, the better teams get at hero bans, the patch that changes things. I have to bet on Crazy Raccoon in a hero bans meta. I have to bet on their flexibility. So I think it's going to be a Crazy Raccoon top, Falcons in second. So let me just give these power rankings a once over, just to make sure I'm happy with all of my decisions. I think Vesicrew at the bottom, relatively easy. I think these are our tier divides here, basically below Zeta and below Wei. If I can do a little something like this, I think those are probably our tier divides here. I think these bottom 3 teams, I think, are going to really struggle against everyone and then be in a dogfight amongst themselves to avoid that 9th spot. But these 3, I think they can all punch up. I think especially Wei at the start in this Hazard meta, I think Wei will surprise a lot of people. I think they will fall off as we get to the end of Stage 1, because this is obviously essentially my predictions and power rankings for who will win Stage 1. I think they'll fall off later on, but I think Wei will start very strong, actually. I think Falcons could even start very strong in this meta. I think especially you always have to give them a pretty good chance in a Genji meta with Proper. So I think I'm happy with this. Maybe it's not the boldest prediction. Crazy Raccoon are going to be good this year, guys. But I think Crazy Raccoon are going to be good this year, guys, honestly. So I think they'll come out on top. Got to fancy them hero bans. Got to fancy them when a patch change comes and when stuff's unpredictable. You're looking at roster, it can kind of do a bit of anything. And if they can get these metas where it's going to be less Kiri Lucio and more Anna, greater chance for Shu to just go into hard carry mode. Heroes that maybe suit Heesang a little bit better. A chance to maybe ban some of Genji and stuff. I think we've seen teams ban Genji in the past and then they can play Sojin instead of feeling forced off it even in this meta. So there's maybe more ways to enable Lip to play more hit scan than maybe was in some of the key tournaments last year. So honestly, I'm actually sort of convinced with this. So those are my power rankings. Obviously, this will be going straight up onto YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube right now, feel free to tell me why I'm wrong, leave comments, and give me your own power rankings as well. But this is what I'm locking in. This is what I'm sticking with. Thank you very much. Woo! All right. I maybe need to trim a couple of bits there, but I think I did okay. Did okay. One take. One take. One take, guys. One take. Woke up at 3 a.m. You're just in time then. Hold on. Let me have some water because that was a decent. That was a lot there. Oh. Did you read the script? No. Just honestly, I kind of realized last night because I was sorting some other stuff for a video. That I was like, I need to do the power rankings. And I thought if I do the power rankings after I see the weekend of games, it feels I'm cheating, aren't I? I'm cheating. If I watch 3 games first, it's not that. It's not. I'm cheating too much, you know. So I have to do the power rankings beforehand. Didn't have time to record it last night. I don't like recording late night anyway, just because it's later in the day for me. More tired, all of this. So I planned it out last night in terms of made the spreadsheet and sort of kind of did a mental preparation of where I think I'm going to put each team. But in terms of script, no, I kind of just winged it. So it's probably like it's not as polished as it could be, but I thought it was important in terms of the I was going to say the efficacy, and that's too strong a word, but in terms of fairness, it has to do the power rankings before the games, otherwise you're cheating. Sorry. Power rankings locked in on record before the game. What we should also talk about now, I'm back, I'm with you guys live, is the matches we're going to have today. So our fixtures. So we're going to start with Falcons versus New Era. So if we refer to my power rankings, 2nd versus 8th, I think it should be clear who's going to win this one. We're probably about 12 minutes out, or 12 minutes out from a broadcast start, maybe a little bit more for the actual match. So we'll get a nice little, we'll ease ourselves back into it with a New Era Falcons game, okay? We'll ease ourselves back into it. But the real meat today, the real curtain raiser for OWCS Korea, it has to be Crazy Raccoon against Zeta, right? That's going to be really fun. I think these are the 2 teams who had the most success in hero bans back at the Esports World Cup, and 2 of the top 3 teams all of last year, and I think they'll continue to be this year. I can't wait. Actually, that's going to be great. That's going to be a great one to start it. It's interesting we've actually got the maps predetermined here. The first map, it seems, as well. So we'll be starting on Lijiang for the Falcon series. Then Crazy Raccoon Zeta will start on Samoa. And then Pokerface Wei will be starting on Lijiang again. Pokerface versus Wei. I think Wei actually have that one. Even though maybe people were like, Pokerface have like a strong reputation from last year. But I think this Pokerface roster is so much weaker. As I said in the Power Rankings video, I think it's so much weaker. So I don't think we should be too worried. I don't think Wei needs to be too worried about this. Wei are very good in this meta. Any updates on Someone and Merit? Someone is just lost in the wind. Merit has said he's going to miss out stage 1. I mean, the rosters are now locked as well. So the fact that they're not here means we're not going to see them. I think we're not going to find out truly what happened until after the fact. Until like stage 2 starts and we see where they end up. There's a few different theories, right? Some people have said they're going to China. I don't buy that. I don't buy they're going to China. I think they will be on a Korean team. I think there were obviously lots of rumors pointing towards them being on Falcons, pointing towards them being on T1. Obviously, T1 ended up going a different direction by getting Donghack, really. But I think the most like the theory, and this is just theory, just speculation, full disclosure. The best theory I've heard is that they were on T1, but then they changed their minds or wanted to cancel the contracts to go to Team Falcons instead when that Falcons offer came up. And what has happened is they have done that move, T1 to Falcons, but there was some kind of non-compete clause or something for X amount of time. So they said you can have them for whatever price, blah, blah, blah. But they can't play stage 1 or something like that, right? Some kind of contract clause that denies them from playing immediately. Well, what have we got? Is this for Falcons coaching staff? Yeah, as expected, I think 9K is probably the one that everyone sort of assumed would be here. Nice to see Aid back coaching again. Sparkle, obviously, was with the team towards the end of last year. So, yeah, I mean, it looks a pretty good coaching roster, right? Hold on, I just need to message Unter. Where is he? He's changed his Discord icon, so I can't find him. Is Rush on a team? I think the expectation is he would go to T1, but I don't actually know if that was locked in, you know? So I don't know if that was actually locked in. So we'll have to wait and see. One thing that's true, if you haven't watched Korea before, if you're a bit new to Korea, Korea play all their games on LAN. So what we're actually going to see is when the actual broadcast starts, we're going to see everyone there. So we can just keep our eyes peeled and look and see if we see Rush, he's probably playing on the team. I mean, T1 aren't playing today, right? So maybe we won't see him today. But they play first game tomorrow. So keep our eyes peeled. And we'll see if we can see Rush. Obviously, it would be nice to see 9K. Yeah, there's dugout cam, exactly this. Thank you as well, Chuck. Appreciate
Is
it.
the Ultimate Team low-key better than most partner teams?
Within the region, yeah. Within the region, within EMEA, I think we're really probably looking at TU and TM as the top dogs. Obviously, we had the Genji announcement as well, right? Where are they? Genji. They announced it on their main. Oh, yeah, here they are. Here they are, guys. If you haven't seen it, Genji roster is out. And yeah, it's a weird team. I tell you that much for free. It's a weird team. A lot of unexpected pieces here. I know this team or this organization was actually one of the ones to lock down pieces quickest, which maybe only raises more questions. But I think, again, does this change my power rankings for EMEA? I think no. TU and TM, they're the top dogs. And then there's maybe this pool of Genji, Al-Qadsiya, and who am I forgetting? And VP in that sort of like tier below, right? Possible to upset, but would still be classed as an upset, I think, in my head. Also, why Mag? I mean, Mag's a good tank. I think he's pretty well rounded. He's got some clear highs on Winston as well. So I think this team has some legs. Maybe the backline is really the most unproven part, and Sauna on hit scan maybe looks like it might leave something begging in some certain metas here. So there's certainly problems for this roster. But I think none of the problems are actually Mag and Top Dragon, you know? I think they'll actually be really solid. Is Mag the best EU Winston? Yeah, or the best Winston in said region. Don't know T1 coaches officially, but they play tomorrow, Rex, and they're playing on LAN in Korea every time, so we'll see them. We'll see them. Just got to recognize them, you know? Who is better, TM or TU? Probably TM. Probably TM. Maybe depends a little bit on the meta and all of this, but probably TM right now. Did you read the translation? I read like little bits of it, but it was back from the Esports World Cup, right? So I kind of didn't have the same level of interest when I kind of realized that actually we're watching kind of almost, or we're reading quite old conversations, you know? How do you can play Winston? Yeah. I think as far as like, there's always a risk with solo tanks, blah, blah, blah. Do they have the hero pool? But I think as far as you can go in EMEA, tanks with the most well-rounded hero pools are probably actually Paddy. Then maybe even Mag next, maybe, you know? What was I going to do? Sorry. I was starting Chrome. That's what I was starting. Let me give old Maxwell a knocky knock, if you know what I mean. Hopefully you know what I mean. Where is he? Oh, I'm not logged in. I'm going to have to log in. Is it going to need... Am I going to have to... Hold on, guys. I got to do the two-factor authentication. Authentication. Remember this computer. You're the best Winston in the EU, are you, Shumu's? Yeah, so most people would say it's the big three in big three. So Haddy, Mag, and Shumu's. Alright, let's give this guy a knocky knock. I'll get myself in Discord too. Where am I going? Oh wait, Juby, are you listening to me right now, Juby? Can you hear me in your ears? I am. Yeah. Yeah, I like the new thumbnail design. I think that's good, yeah. Does it need to be no, I think it's good. I think it's good, sorry. Yeah. No, happy with it. The new yellow is good. Is Chase up there for best Winstons? Potential, yes, but really just hasn't proven it, you know? Just hasn't proven it. I'll leave Korea rosters up. Let me go. It's kind of like awkward. Let me get the overview up. We can show the rosters as well, because maybe T1, I know a couple of people are asking. If I have a thought, say it now. No, I was just wondering if the blue and the red was, like, centralized enough, if the split was right, but I think it looks right. Coach, is there any way to watch Korea streams now? Yes, if you want an English language broadcast. You can watch the Korean language broadcast still. On Soup. It's exclusive to Soup this year. But this is the only way to watch an English language broadcast. Me, Unter, and Avril have the access, I guess. We are gonna have drops. We're gonna have drops from next week for all the Korea games. So that should be fun. So we'll be replacing your drops. We don't have them this week. Apparently there's a problem with Twitch and they couldn't solve it. Blah, 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 blah. But what they've given us instead is they've given us some Anna mythic weapon skin codes to give away. There's got to be a quicker way to say that, but there's some codes to give away. So what we'll do is not in between maps, but in between the games themselves, we'll play a little marbles, have a little fun, give away some codes. I should probably also send those codes to my mods so they can be in charge of distributing as well. And that seems like a respectful thing for me to do. Okay, what you need to do, mods, is don't steal these skins for yourself. Don't steal these skins for yourself, okay? Mods, don't steal them. Rule number 1. If anyone sees Juby walking around with 15 Anna mythic skins, you know what's happened. You know what's happened, okay? If you see her walking around on Anna, spinning her 15 guns, you know what's happened. I need to find this broadcast as well. Maybe I should have done it beforehand. Because we're going to get Falcons New Era first. So I think most people are familiar with a Falcons roster. New Era is the MCD team. Maybe you're most familiar with. Hold on, let me find the thing. Where am I going? If I just go to the homepage of Soup, I can probably find it, right? I was told it was exclusive here. Let's see. They have an OWCS channel here, presumably, right? Overwatch Esports. 124. Exploration permitted. I have permission to explore. Take me there? Take me there. Loading. Loading. Oh, this looks like the right place. Looks like we're in the right place now.
2025년 OWCS로 곧 찾아가겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Let me link Maxi as well. Oh, guys, a countdown. Don't, guys, no. All right. Oh, we saw a little bit of this arena last time, but it's the most packed it's looked, actually. Why Soup and I don't think we'll have time, GB. We'll get a couple in before. I do Cuba, but we want the Korean casters. After this, we'll have Falcons New Era first with mine, which it shouldn't be close. But then after that, Crazy Raccoon versus Zeta Division. So that's the one to lock in for. So that'll be after this one. Sorry, Nico, you asked why on Super and not on other places as well. They've signed an exclusivity deal, WDG have, in terms of with Soup to do all the broadcasting for it. So hopefully more money for WDG and more money they can pump into Overwatch. So seems reasonable enough. New Era won't beat Falcons. Yes. Coming in with the hot takes nice and early here. Nice and early hot takes for you. Alright. Got the broadcast. I'm in voice. Everything should be good to go, I think. Maybe I'm going to tweak my camera position a little bit because I'm sitting over here. Do something like that. That works. Hey Renato, morning. Yeah, I mean, day's just started, but what better way to start than with some Korean action? I'm going to squeeze in some noodles while we wait for the action to start too. But first game going to be New Era versus Falcons. Oh, thank you, Ruselius. Ruselius played in the community pugs last night. Won his game. Start of a big win streak for Blue. Thank you for the tier 1. Welcome back. So yeah, first game Falcons for New Era. So predictions are up.
티켓 같은 경우에는 매주 수요일 오후 5시에 티켓 링크를 통해서 예매를 하실 수가 있고요. 대부분의 경기는 매주
You didn't get in, Oren? I mean, it was packed last night. Why were so many people there last night?
티켓 링크에서 확인해 보시면 되겠고요.
There were so many people in, not everyone could play last night.
이렇게 각자 이렇게.
네, 그리고 디자인도 매주 바뀐다고 하고 티켓 수익의 30%는 참가팀한테
Maybe.
많은 애정 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다.
그리고 뒤쪽이 되게 느낌 있게 바뀌었어요.
그 한때 유행했던
The human race isn't ready for a tier font, Cuba.
동물 감성.
It would be a world-ending, honestly, a civilization-ending event if they invented a tier 4 font. Science shouldn't go that far.
한정으로 해서 한정판입니다. 포토카드도 드리고 있어요.
이거 아까 궁금했는데 까지 말래요, 심케가.
저는 주작 일절 없습니다.
네.
그냥
몰라요, 진짜.
아무것도 모르는 상태에서
I hope they still translate the interviews to English. Me too, DeBees. Otherwise, you're going to have to rely on mine and Unter's translation, and we sure don't speak Korean. So it's we're gonna have to translate body language into words.
오셔가지고 이거 중계석에서 한번 보여주면 좋을 것 같다라고 이게 들고 오더라고요. 그랬더니 저한테 그런 얘기를 하는 거예요. 이거 네임 밸류가 좀 높은 선수들로 그냥 하시는 게 좋지.
I got it. Thanks for your faith, guys. I mean,
안 된다. 그냥 올 랜덤으로 달라.
I think it's misplaced, but I appreciate your enthusiasm.
한번 오픈해 볼게요.
네네.
Green needles? They're yellow. Maybe it's just for they're yellow.
아 정말 안 했거든요. 나립 나왔네.
이걸 뽑네.
근데 이게 이거 바뀌어 이렇게.
Whoa, he's got a holographic lip card. No way he's got the holographic lip card. Where do you get that holographic lip card from? Wait, has he got more? Show us! Show us! Thank you, Insidio, for the Prime. Show us the other card. Show us!
근데 이쁜데요 이거.
Oh, hype train as well. Oh!
이게 그런 얘기가 있었어요. 그러니까 프로필 사진 두
Why if
장
it...
카드가 나온다 이래가지고.
Surely lip... Honestly, give me the lip card. Don't give me the Vin Dame card. Come on.
그 광에 따라서 바뀌는 그거였네요.
퀄리티 좋아요, 진짜.
네.
Oh, thank you, Wackety, for the Prime as well.
립을 뽑네.
Why both pink suits? They always wear matching suits in Korea. It's, it goes back a long way. Previous games like StarCraft, I'm pretty sure would always do it as well. See our Totus and Tasteless matching, Monty and Doa matching.
무기 장식 같은 거는 그때그때 또 바꿔 낄 때 매력이 또 있기 때문에 꼭 받아가시면 좋을 것 같고요.
그렇습니다. 그리고 드롭스도 준비가 되어 있습니다. 요거죠. 문화상품권 드롭스 저희가 이번에도 진행을 하고 있습니다.
Alright, I'm finished, guys. Now, when you'll stop getting noodle ASMR. Okay, I'm locking him. I'm locking him.
그리고 승부 예측도 진행.
Get ready for it.
아, 그죠. 예, 저게 또 쏠쏠해요. 재미가 쏠쏠하기 때문에.
재미라고 하던데.
Where did they? I mean, obviously I don't speak Korean, so I don't know what they're saying. But where did they get those cards from? Can I get them at the WDG Arena? Where can I get them from?
이미 다 있는 시스템인데 친구들끼리 저거 이제 걸어놓고
Getting a flight to Korea right now? Yeah, let us know Wi-Fi. Are you having ramen at 8 AM? Yeah, ramen is too kind of word. They're just like the cheap and cheerful noodles, you know? I don't normally eat breakfast, but I just, when I'm going to do the streams and I'm going to be on for like, well, we're going to be like 6 hours, 5-6 hours. I need a little something in my stomach, you know? You get for purchasing a ticket? No, not a cereal head, no. Whoa! Thank you, Wackety. Appreciate it very much. 2 gifts to Talus and Connor. Thank you very much. Okay, Silver Flash. There we go, we got the muscle. It's been a while since we've seen the muscle triangle. Working on those handsome fellas.
굉장히 여러모로 반가운 얼굴
Morning, Mo.
시작해서 규모도 그렇고 좀 즐겁지 않을까 싶어요.
그러니까 대회명이
What's the actual stream link? I can give you the Korea one if you want.
챔피언스 클래식. 예. 그 부분
Ooh.
체크하시면서 보시면 좋을 것 같고, 그리고 지난번 코리아 오픈 때 결과가 나오고 있습니다. 오픈 결과를 통해서 웨이, VC,
Leak the clean feed?
FTG.
Well, I do actually have a clean feed. We're just not going to use it because we need it, guys. Come on. If you've not watched the Korean language broadcast before, because last year when we did the co-stream, we always used the Korean language broadcast for our co-stream, me and Unter. And the reason we do that is partly because we're doing our own cast, so it's easier to hear English over Korean and English over English. But the Korean casters, guys, they go so fucking hard. If you've not seen them, I can't even begin to describe the experience. Me and Unter had the pleasure at Stockholm of doing our co-stream next to Illusion. If you don't know Illusion, he's a big Korean streamer. And when the Korean teams were winning in Stockholm, wah! Every time, the whole place shaking, he was so excited. And it was so good. So the Korean casters do it as well. And I'm actually super excited for it. So that's why we're going with the Korean ones. All right. Here's the map pool as well. If you were looking at NA and EMEA OWCS, you might notice this is a bigger map pool. It is. It's a bigger map pool in Korea. They've got more maps. Don't know why, just a slight change in format, but more maps in Korea. There's confirmation of our schedule. We'll be starting with that Falcons New Era one in any minute now, really, once we get the teams out. Do we know when the team skins are coming out? No. I mean, I imagine it'll be a bit, right? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if we don't even get into stage 1, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then, yeah, that Crazy Raccoon is 8-1, that's the headline game. Korea's better, that's why there's more maps. It's just a skill thing, you know. The better you are, the more maps you can handle. They've tried to make it a little bit more beginner in the other regions to give them a chance. Yeah, no English broadcast, unfortunately, which means, yeah, no Achilles, no Wolf. Sent 9k back to coaching. Come on, just go coach Falcons 9k. You can do it. So, the closest you're going to get to an English broadcast, it's actually me and Unter, but we can do it, guys. We can lock in. We're ready to rock and ready to roll. Hold on, let me just manage the mods. Oh, we're going to get the team walkouts? We're going to get a little interview. Hi, Chio. I know that guy. That was 2024. Came to a happy ending. I mean, they were on top. Basically, what, stage 2, Stockholm, all of it. It's time to learn Korean. It was much easier than we thought. Didn't feel nervous at all. I mean, they smashed Stockholm, right? T1 stands out. I mean, yeah, if you don't know, T1 is huge in Korea. Sorry, I had to type something. Can you get Chris's wife over to translate the interviews if they don't? Unfortunately, she's got a job, you know? Which probably pays more than I can offer. Key player of Falcons. It's Stalker. It's Stalker, guys. Heyday of tanks. Whoa! Thank you, Hanafina. Thank you very much for the 5 gifts. Congratulations, everyone who won one. Welcome. Thank you very much. Anyone managed to dodge all the gifts so far? Are they playing with the recent patch? Yeah, live patch. Live patch, hero bans enabled. Yeah, Smurf's in the military right now. Maybe he's going to have... Did anyone see all those posts from Sabiobi afterwards? If anyone remembers Sabiobi from Overwatch League? Where he was just the most ripped motherfucker in the world all of a sudden. You could tell that guy was in the military. He came back hard. Alright, the first walkout of 2025 OWCS. It's all starting. Oh, thank you as well, Trash Fuji. Here we go. The audience more filled out than we saw it for the Super Cup pre-season 2. And here's the whole gang. Hands in the middle. Let's judge it. Let's judge. Where's the synergy here? Hands up, pretty good. It's alright. It's alright. It's a solid start, you know. It can be beaten, but we've seen much worse over the course of the last year. Thank you, Hannafina. I do appreciate it. Alright, and here a new era. New era clearly taking the piss by having an ancient MCD on their team and calling themselves New Era. It looks like Kivi's is just more in focus than everyone else as well. But we'll deal with that. Thank you, Hunted. I appreciate the insight. But you're right. I mean, what you have to bear in mind, there's also been some really poor ones, right? Because if anyone remembers last year, hands in the middle. You know who hates putting their hands in the middle with their team the most? It's Donkhack. Wait until T1 play tomorrow, and we'll see if Donkhack has any ounce of enthusiasm to put his hands in the middle with his team. Because last year, not a single one. Alright, new era. There are actually a lot of players I'm less familiar with here. We saw Archie a bit in the open qualifier. MCT says he's in the old man role on the team, that's fair. I think Ruler could be decent, actually. He looks alright in Hazard in some of the preseason tournaments. What are you saying, MCD? Who's the key player? Is it Dodo, maybe? Maybe it's... I don't know. Thank you, C-word. So MCD reckons he's for Caro. Alright. So they're aiming for the last chance qualifier, so I think they're aware of their stakes, you know. Yeah, against the teams ranked 6th. What? Have these guys watched my power rankings? They've got the same tiers that I do. Our coach is good at bans, so I think we'll be fine. He's smart. Good. Playing a lot and playing well are two different things. Being confident and being good are two separate things. MCT is laying it out here. Giving it to him. They want to beat Vesta. They want revenge. Okay, Ruler. He thinks Crazy Raccoon are good? Not too much of a hot take. We can't beat Crazy Raccoon, to be honest. Honestly, I appreciate him keeping it $150 with us. 100-hour stream? He can do it? Okay. Alright, message to the fans. You know what? I like him. I like him. Bit of personality, bit of fun. Now let's see if they can take that good interview and turn it into a good walkout here as well.
그 인터뷰 보니까 팀이 T 게이지가 상당히 높네요. 네, F 게이지보다 T가 상당히 높은 팀입니다.
아 그렇군요.
All right, let's see it.
선수가 그 얘기를
All right, early coordination. Everyone in. Hands in.
이기는 것도 좀 궁금하긴 한데요. 이겼을 때 그림도 궁금하긴 해요.
A little bit underwhelming. After the interview, I'd sort of raised my expectations, you know, so a little bit underwhelming. Confirmation here of the starting rosters. We're going to be getting maybe no surprises on the Falcons roster. They're starting with all the Koreans. They're starting with all the Koreans, guys. So remain shocked at that one. Who have I got winning? I might just be a Falcons 3-0. Zowie sponsor? I mean, you're not wrong. Top right.
좀 팔콘 입장에서는 보여주고 싶은 게 많을 겁니다.
그리고 코칭 스텝에 변화가 있다고 말씀을 드렸잖아요.
그렇죠, 그렇죠.
Get that old man fielder off, get Majid in. Why is Chio sleeping? I don't think he was meant to be sleeping. I think he was like meant to be sort of rubbing his hands, you know, like some kind of cartoon villain, like plotting and scheming. On the other side, New Era. This is obviously they have got a full 7-man roster. Kivvies and MCD are both flex supports by trade. So interesting seeing that MCD give him a nod, leaning with the experience for this first one. Ruler in as well. I think Ruler was one of the better looking Hazard players in the Open tournament. Why do they keep Majid? Would you even be able to, I imagine they'll come in English when he's in. All of the players on Falcons have experience in mixed rosters, so they'll probably talk English, maybe at least a little bit for him. MCD's going to sleep. Oh wait, can you see? Hold on, let me move my camera for you. MCD's going to sleep because he's so old. He needs a nap. It's a long day for an old man. Thank you, Enigma. Who do I think would win an OWCS Squid Game? I don't know. Maybe Chio. Maybe he's got that ruthless streak, you know? Everyone else too nice. Alright. Oh. We're gonna get a pre-game interview? Alright. Translation. Praying for a translation. It's not looking great, guys. Alright, this is Lisa Yoon.
안녕하세요. 이번에 팀 팔콘에 새로 들어온 코치 에이드라고 합니다. 반갑습니다.
네, 에이드 코치님 반갑습니다.
It is Aid, yes. You might recognize him from Korean Uncoachable. But he's back coaching Falcons assistant coach under 9K.
네, 레오나 코치님도 반갑습니다. 자, 먼저 팔콘 팀 스테이지 2 코리아 우승에 이어서 아시아 우승 그리고 월드 파이널 우승까지.
Lisa Yoon doing the interview. Unfortunately, it looks like Lisa Yoon isn't going to be translated into English for us.
소감부터 들어보도록 할게요.
제가 일단 거기 있진 않았는데 이번에 새로 들어와서 근데 이제 선수들한테 듣기로는 작년에 엄청 힘들고.
I think Aid is saying he's really hoping he can find success on Falcons this year because he's absolutely desperate to get a new jacket that actually fits him. And without the success from Falcons and the money they earn through prize money, he won't be able to afford that jacket.
크레이지 판사로 수컵에서는 출전을 했었는데 한 달 정도의 준비 기간을 거쳐서 더 단단해졌을 거란 말이죠. 어떤 부분을 중점으로 준비했을까요?
I mean, it's an important one. It's an important one for Falcons.
각을 다르게 보는 장면들이 되게 많아서 그 부분들을 뭔가 통일하고 같은 장면, 같은 각을 보려는 거를 목표로 삼았던 것 같아요.
And are English auto translations? You mean like subtitles? I've got an ad button. Maybe I don't want to watch the ad. Unfortunately, the options are a little bit in Korean as well. Press the ad button.
일단 아무래도 1등 팀이기 때문에 물론 자리 내줄 생각 없고요. 이번에 저희 스태프들과 교체가 됐긴 했지만 워낙 유능하신 분들이 많으셔가지고 이번에도 우승 지켜내도록 하겠습니다.
It doesn't look like we have any automatically translate the language button. Isn't that supposed to be it? Yeah, it'll pop in when the game starts, you know? It'll pop in when the game starts. Yeah, first game. Yeah, it's jacket. Yeah, jacket shaming. Just buy a bigger jacket.
팀 팔콘은 되게
This is on Soup. It's a Korean streaming service.
불구하고 저희가 노리는 것은 팀 팔콘이라고 해도 겐지 튕겨내기가 3초가 아니고 준호 궁 20%더 얹어주는 게 아니란 말이죠.
Asian brands are small, clothes are smaller than everywhere else. Really? I mean, to be fair, I like Aid's jacket. You know, it's just the wrong size. He's got that kind of, you know, what was that? Oh, I can't remember the name of the film now. But you know, he's got that sort of 70s biker movie type vibe. You know. It's not real leather. That's probably for the best. Oh, thank you, Quazo. I think I'm saying it right. Thank you for the 6 months, though. Grease Lightning? Yeah, something like that, yeah. They call him the Korean John Travolta.
다음 경기들에 대해서는 부담감이 좀 많이 줄어들게 될 것 같아요. 팀 팔콘이 이기게 된다면 말이죠. 자, 그렇다면 뉴에라 팀의 각오도 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
저희도 힘든 경기가 될 거라고 생각하고 있지만 그래도 최대한 열심히 발버둥 쳐가지고 재밌는 경기, 볼만한 경기 만들어 보도록 하겠습니다.
야, 우리 팀 끝까지 팀 팔콘 놓아주지 않을 거다. 각오하셔라라고 말씀을.
Any juice on where someone is? No, not really. I think it's very much, they're genuinely unknown. I think there is maybe some rumours that maybe he is still on Falcons in some form, but they can't play him for stage 1 due to the nature of how they signed him, potentially. But that's all just pure speculation. But I very much expect we see both Someone and Merit turn up in a Korean team stage 2. Alright, Lijiang Towers, this was a predetermined map one based on Wikipedia. So I don't know how they're going to pick first bans. Maybe High C still gets the first ban. You know the script? Is that over script? The leakers most certainly don't know. They don't have... I think if there's one thing that's been proven for sure with the announcement of all these Korean rosters is... the leakers know nothing about Korea. Falcons only have Hanbin, right? Yep, so Hanbin will be taking on all responsibilities. And to be fair, I mean, what isn't Hanbin good at, right? What isn't Hanbin good at? Winston? Sure. Doomfist? Sure. Ball? Sure. Right, but Doom and Ball are really... You know, if you have them, great. If you don't, it is what it is. Thank you, Log. Thank you, Log, for the Prime. But other than that, Diva, good. Hazard, good. All the Zarya, Ram, Junker Queen, Mauga, all really good, you know? Like, actually, I think Hanbin is not as limited as teams think. He can still be targeted, maybe on some pure dive maps type thing. But I really don't think it's the end of the world. 40% new era? Optimistic. Optimistic. My Preds have already closed because we've been waiting so long for this game to start. My Preds, on the other hand, 91% of people believe in Falcons. Alright, hero bans. Graphics go in. Falcons are going to ban Ana. New Era are going to ban Echo. So the initial ban was the Ana ban here. So they take Ana away from MCD. They also protect their supports. Oh, look who it is! Morning, Max.
Yeah, no, fancy seeing you here.
Whoa, I'm gonna always be here, mate. Couldn't miss.
So they banned out MCD's Ana on Liege.
Yep.
Oh, jeez, what's he gonna do? It's the only hero he can half play.
It's all right, mate. He'll get it together. If there's one person who's always going to get it together, it's MCD. Did you see the New Era interview?
Didn't listen to a word of it, actually, if that helps.
They were actually good crack, actually. I'm warming up to them. I think they might be in for a rude awakening here when they play Falcons in this first game, but it seems like a nice group of guys.
Oh, they're just a nice couple of guys?
Just a nice couple of guys, you know? A bunch of rookies and MCD, you know?
Wait, do you have clean feed?
I do, but I was just going to do the Korea one. I feel like
Use the YouTube clean feed, no?
But then we won't have the Korean casters, no? Or does it still have the Korean casters?
I'm sorry, why do you want the Korean casters?
It's like the, what do you call it? The for choir, for acoustics.
Get on YouTube. I don't want to hear people
sake.
talking behind us. But they give us a clean feed, and you want a bunch of nonsense in the background that
Yeah,
you know, like what if we have Korean viewers? What if we've got Korean viewers? And then they've got to listen to us and the Koreans at the same time.
Type 1 if you're Korean.
Drop a 1 in the chat if you're Korean and you would be deeply concerned. Oh, David, thank you very much for the resub. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Just a reminder, Tree, you're not worth it, buddy.
Actually, my entire chat is Korean. All right, where's the message from the big man?
원래
Oh.
시작은 이렇게 뜸을 들여야지요.
그쵸? 예. 김도 빼야죠.
그럼요.
Are you all right? Hold on, let me.
I'm not. Dude, there's so many Koreans in my chat. There's literally like my entire chat is Korean.
Same. I thought I would have more of an English.
All right, have we got a time right now?
We do. Hold on, I'm just trying to source out OBS
8,
for it.
7, 6,
Wait, keep counting.
5, 4, 3, 2,
We're good.
1.
We're good. As long as I was prepared to
29,
attack, we're
28,
good.
27, 26,
Yeah.
25, 24, and it's a handshake mirror on map 1. They've banned Anna on a map where people are barely going to play Anna. Maybe they would touch it on Night Market, but no surprises here. The Korea is doing an immediate, boring handshake and taking the hazard mirror on map 1.
Gonna be a nice slow start to this fight. Archer's gonna get themselves up to a rail. Dodo's gonna dash in early, half HP already, but they've reclaimed for White Room here, and New Era actually have control of the map, and they've even killed Hanbin as well. A strong start for him, but proper into the back, trades one. 4v4 right now, but hazard advantage is massive in this mirror.
Yeah, I don't think that New Era will have any difficulty at all securing the cap here, given they don't have a Hanbin to contest with. New Era's tank Ruler has decided that he just wants to give it away, though. Forget about the cap when you can just go in 1v5 inside the White Room, and that is going to be Team Falcons snapping back onto the point. Hanbin getting these stagger kills here as well. So not only do New Era not capture the point, they also decide that they're going to give away a bit of free ult charge on the back end. Nothing but respect.
Unbelievable,
Close
really.
the
They
threads.
do the hard bit, win the neutral in their sort of vying for space, and then just give it away. Now coming back in, it's going to be slight support ult advantage for Falcons on both of those. They're going to try and take the brawl in the mirror here, forcing back the hazard, trying to bully their way in, but Falcons are right there giving it back, and Ruler's having to go back for this mega. Chio's got the Lucio killing all of this, and Hanbin's going to push his HP advantage now. They've separated the hazard behind. Can they clean up this kill? Ruler's dived in, but he's all by himself, and he's just going to die. Gets a kill for it, but again, a hazard advantage situation here for Falcons.
Oh, good grief. Another hazard advantage. Ruler just can't keep it together. It appears we have spotted Kellen in the crowd, although admittedly, spotting one bowl cut is very difficult to distinguish from another, so that could genuinely be any Korean man in the crowd. I'm going to be honest, Jamal. Anyhow, big ult fight coming up here. Orbital Rays beats on either side. 5 ultimates for Falcons, 5 for New Era. I get the feeling the Falcons might have a slight edge here on player quality. Massive downpour comes out from Harmon. That snares up everybody from New Era, but a counter from Ruler appears to be good. 1-for-1 trades, but a Juno advantage for New Era right now. That is massive. If this fight goes long, it's all going to be on Stalker to clutch it out. Otherwise, Falcons are just going to bleed out.
Proper's getting hunted down right now. Does squeak out with his HP, but now he's alone in main though. Ruler is shutting him down. He's all over him. Pocket is coming through now, and now the counter dive. Hanbin is behind Ruler. They force him all the way back. Stalker has been protected, and they turn that kill with the overclock in the end there.
Okay, it is actually Felon in the crowd. Good spot, Scissors. New Era, that was so close there, but Ruler, unfortunately, making his signature move of stepping a couple of feet too far forward, getting caught with his trousers around his ankles. Dodo now making the swap over to the Tracer. Maybe wants to exploit the Juno a little bit more, get in position to touch the point because they are already up at 95%. But Archie, he opens up with a nice pick on a Chio. Ruler onto Feeler as well. There's no supports online for Falcons.
Falcons now, they're having to just, they look like they're just trying to get out. They've got to get Stalker through this long rotation right now because they're kind of stuck behind. If New Era realise Stalker's here, they can probably just go kill him. There's no supports, but they're kind of twiddling their thumbs a little bit, so Stalker will just walk out of that one. But New Era, they get themselves a foothold here, and now downpours a piece coming into this next fight.
Oh, really? I mean, last time both downpours did seem to be massive, but Stalker, pre-fight pick onto Dodo, that's such a good opening. New Era, they really need to back up, play it slow. They can't try and hold on to the point here. They need to wait for at least one ultimate to come online. And Ruler, he's not quite ready. He's so low, he staggers in for the touch and he can't even secure it. That's just going to be the round for Falcons. Dodo.
Seems to be a very similar story here, right? New Era just having trouble in that tank trade. Ruler always on the back foot, getting forced down, and even though some of the bigger ult fights kind of lent New Era's way, really big problem because so much of this fight is determined by the neutral. Even when we get to the ult fights, if you have a stronger neutral, you're probably going to have to use those ults in a slightly worse situation.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's very surprising, to be honest, to see the 5-ult v 5-ult fight not go Team Falcon's way. This is their bread and butter, these Lucio rush mirrors, where big ult exchanges, they manage to come out on top. But apparently MCD, you know, you get that 27-year-old veteran presence in the server, and suddenly you're just the king of coming out on top of a 5-ult button mash. So, I mean, not too bad. You say W payout, but I mean, is it really a W payout if I hadn't received a subscription in, like, multiple minutes? Let's be real here, guys. And Mr. Zedis resubscribe with the Prime. Thank you very much, Zedis. I don't know why you're talking about my mustache, but I guess it is there. Hasn't been shaved in years, so. Thank you very much, Zedis. Appreciate that. Welcome back to the Parasocial Friends Club.
Oh, this is unrelated, actually, but I've actually got a present for you after the stream.
A present?
I've got a present for you, yeah.
Go on.
I made that spreadsheet you asked me to make.
Oh, shit. What a treat. What a treat.
Full disclosure, it might look very similar to the one I made Chrissy too, but I promise it has your name on it.
As long as it's got my name on it. Right? Will these games have their codes available? I can only assume so.
Yes. Yeah. They said they would drop us the link once they've set it up. So we will get a similar setup to last year when it will just be a spreadsheet with all the codes from all the games on it. So if you want to check out how it's done, you can have a goose.
I just want to know what Danny's spreadsheet looks like, to be honest. There was some Korean uncoachable translation about EWC. And apparently one of the lines that the Korean uncoachable guys are commenting on is that Danny was yapping to all of the Koreans about how Toronto's draft was so good. You know, he was talking to all the Korean coaches and he's talking about how good they are with their band system and stuff. Like, and then I had Hawk messaging our team chat the other day saying Liquid hadn't even started scrimming, and he's saying Danny's already bragging to me about their draft docs. Like, get out! I can't take it.
Unbelievable.
And to be fair, we scrimmed him today, and he's a genius of the draft. It blew my mind.
Unironically, I got a message from, friend of a podcast, Capitology. I got a message from old Cap saying, honestly, you should get Danny on sometime. He's the master of the bands. He's, so like, the Danny propaganda is everywhere. It's off the charts everywhere. The documents never belonged to Kasaurus. Wake up, everyone. They were Danny's documents.
Genuinely, it's fucking Kasaurus' notebook with Danny's handwriting inside. It's ridiculous.
Kasaurus has put his name on Danny's homework. Unbelievable.
Danny doesn't get the credit that he deserves, dude. People talk about Kasaurus Coach of the Year. It's Danny Draft of the Year, guys. Wake up!
Are we back?
Thanks, Tree. Thanks.
Does Kasaurus even do any legitimate coaching? No.
I don't think so.
I think we've finally got to the bottom of it, and he's about to be exposed.
He's done for.
His time's numbered. Just you wait. Just you wait. His tax evasion strategies, they're coming to an end.
How many series do you lose to Capitology this year? All of them. All right. Same old here, except Falcons, they've come in with a little bit of a twist. They're going for the double flanker, the Genji Tracer. So keep your eyes on MCD here. He's going to be under a whole lot of pressure. Falcons, they're going to be able to go so fast and fight very hard on the side. But you can see they've got a little bit less damage in the front with no Sojourn. So already Harmon's getting backed up a little bit, but Ruler is taken oh so low, and down goes MCD to a flanker.
Yeah, the idea of the Genji Tracer here is very much you can just really put a lot of pressure onto that Sojourn, onto that Juno, especially here. Awkward for the Lucio to deal with both those threats. And MCD gets all that pressure. The more pressure you put on MCD, the less healing he's going to put out to Ruler. And it all just sort of falls apart for New Era.
So it's New Era, I mean, they might need to make some sort of a change if they're just going to get pushed by the double flanker again and again. I like this rotation from them, going on the inside angle this time around. Makes it a little bit more awkward for the flankers to get on their support. But again, they're just going to be stuck in a corner. It's going to be so hard for them to actually win the fight here. Even if their backline can survive, how do they push their way through?
It's going to be really tough for them. They're trying to bully their way out right now. They need more from Archie here. Some kind of rail to at least give them some kind of opening or some pressure. Again, Ruler seems to have won his HB trade despite having Versogen on his team. And Proper and Stalker really close to their ults already.
Oh, jeez. Falcons, I mean, they've got this lead, but the support ult could be huge for Search. And Archie gets the opening pick onto Stalker, actually. That's massive. Proper dashes backline, goes for the blade, but the beat is there from Search, and the Sojourn is just doing it all. That's going to be Falcons. They only invest the blade, but they lose the cap at only 50%.
Yeah, 50% before those first ult trades come out, but good retake from New Era. They saw that inside pathing really come into fruition, where it's Stalker Proper, they couldn't get on the backline. The best Proper could hope for was trade a blade for a beat. And now we'll be moving into the raid trade, but MCDs is actually a little bit faster here, so Falcons might have a hard time starting this fight until Fielder gets that Ray up.
Oh, jeez. I mean, if New Era, oh my god, I was going to say if they can go quickly, that would be perfect, and they cut the rotation straight away. But Search taken down Hanbin. He goes for that downpour beat from Falcons as well. MCD, he's thrown in the raid, and he goes down straight away. And that means Falcons, now they have a one-player lead, but not for long, because the DPS of New Era inside that raid, they start to clean up. The raid comes out from Fielder. Archie's kiting, but Hanbin is hot on his heels. The peel is there from Ruler, though, the counter wall. Now Ruler, he throws down the orbital raid. Oh my god, proper deflects.
Oh
the
my
downpour
God.
onto Archie. Hanbin, 28 HP in a dream, gets out onto the Mega, and somehow, some way, Falcons, they're clutching this one out. They still haven't flipped the cap, though.
Still haven't flipped it, but a huge play from Proper gives Falcons a chance to get back into this. Stalker is pushing the front line with a pulse bomb right now. Sees an opportunity for MCD. Down to half HP. MCD is floating away. Recall has been forced right now, and they've lost Cheer 1 point. Ruler is still alive, but not for long. Now has an advantage for Falcons. They can push back in and chase them out. They do finally get the retake, but made to work for that one there.
Good grief. Falcons, the fact that they have so much clutch power again and again, they're just able to swing back into it and perform miracles. Overclock from Archie in main now. Pulse Bomb comes out onto Archie. Sticky Stalker, true to his name, secures the kill, and already it's a 4 versus 5. Falcons, they're in complete control right now. New Era, they need to play slow for one last fight. Double support ultimate just around the corner, but are they going to be able to get it online? Falcons, they're going to go deep. You can see they're looking for it.
They want to catch him with a rotation, but Wall is perfect. Catches Archie before it now, and these support ults, they're not going to have him in time. Search is going to die on 94% beat. They're running out of time. They have to flood towards point, but there's only 3 players from New Era here. No, 2 players down. Oh, it's going to get worse.
I mean, it's just totally over for New Era. They really don't stand a chance. They needed to play slow in main. They needed to wait for those support ultimates, but they tried to go. Admittedly, it's a relatively safe rotation, but Hanbin, he's just on the ball. He gets that wall in the doorway, and it's just over. Straight away, Archie's gone. They needed to play so slow, charge up at least the beat, potentially the orbital ray as well. But they just went a little bit too early, and there it is.
Just felt like
it's on the safe side of strong.
They weren't even ready for the possibility that Falcons could go early, you know? Like, Falcons knew they were coming up into that situation where they wouldn't have the support ults to match and would just be bullied off a point, so they try and go early. Good decision, works out for them, and Falcons take map 1.
You see Kellen in the crowd?
Where am I looking?
I think front left, like right at the front on the left. Why did you make me wait for this fucking game? Trade, the next game is good. Like, obviously I was begging you in DMs to watch my stream, you know how it is. But yeah, Crazy Raccoon Zeta is next. That's probably what you're actually waiting for, right? Yeah, no, I mean, every single person that's watching right now, I literally just like spam DM. Like, please watch me, I need the attention. Like,
busy day you've had then.
You were spot on about the balance changes for Hazard just broken for the next year. I mean, be for real, Chrissy. Like, do you really think that Blizzard will do anything other than slowly micro-nerf a character that is so demonstrably fucking busted that it's destined to be meta for like at least 6 months? Oh, Mandy! Finally, you replied to my DM begging me to watch the stream. What's this deflect on the Hazard downpour? Is that like some forbidden tech? Because I swear I see Genji's looking up to do it, but Proper was just looking forward. Like, is he just different?
I think there's, I don't know what it is, but there's like an angle. Because normally when I see it deflected, it's not that far away, because that Sojin was a mile away from proper. Normally it's like, when it's a bit more up close and personal, and it normally only hits like the hazard back or something. But that one felt like really downtown, you know, so maybe proper's got like, he's got the angles figured out.
Apparently you just deflect it. You just look forward.
You can actually,
so
wherever you look, it will just go. It's not that deep then.
Right. But if you don't look up enough, you get rooted. So, like, I guess, you know, aim like Elon Musk levels above the 90-degree line and you should be fine.
Ah, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, that's what he was doing. My heart goes out to you. Yeah, on Bridge, you need to stare at the sky. But, you know.
Oh, thank you, 8 times for the 10 months as well. Appreciate it.
Yeah, see, Tree gets it.
This is the kind of content that's a reason to wake up at 3 AM first time chat. Thank you, Xana. We'll keep these insights coming, don't worry. Music's a bit loud, mate. Crank it down. Oh wait, here we go. The angle it drops down at is more angled the further you are away from Hazard's cast point, so you don't have to look as directly up the further you are. If that makes sense.
Oh,
It's,
nice.
it's basic trigonometry, I think. All right, I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna top up my water. Actually, maybe grab another Pepsi. Then we can lock in for this next map. Right, we have time, right? I'll be back. Don't you worry. Whoa. Fall off headset. Chill out. I'm back. Oh, just in time for the bands. So, as is Korean tradition, we've gone straight to a flashpoint. New Junk City. Tracer has been banned by New Era, and Falcons will ban Hazard. So, have to expect Hazard ban is going to force maybe a Malga come out from Falcons here. The Tracer ban's a little bit weird. Maybe they're protecting their DPS. Could be Queen as well. Yeah, could be Queen. Yeah, I don't. It's a bit weird. I don't know what the Tracer ban really achieves here. Maybe they're just worried about that. They want to play Juno, and therefore they feel the Tracer Genji. They take that Tracer Genji option away. Maybe they weren't anticipating a hazard ban in response. So in theory, actually for Falcons, maybe have got the better end of this here. Because while New Era maybe solved problems they had on the previous map, they're going to be presented a new problem here that they're not going to be able to solve. Yeah, I think you're on the right track, Confessor. I think the solo tank Hanbin for stage 1 is I don't think it'll be that much of an issue. Hazard going to stay in this state? He can keep playing Hazard. Then the only question for Hanbin comes is how does he rank up against Jumbin and Bernard? Oh, thank you, Kozamini. Kozamanini. I'll just say Koza. It's easier. 12 months, 1 year. New icon for you, Koza. The fabled endorsement level 6. First to 3, yes. Yeah, first to 3 for all these regular season games. Alright, get your predictions in if you want. If there are anyone who believes in the upset. Currently only 6% of people believe in the upset. There's a value bet in there somewhere. As we get them lining up here, it looks like Lucio Juno will remain the pick here. So we saw a lot of Lucio Kiri, maybe in the preseason tournaments a little bit more. Thank you as well, Cyclops, for the Prime. But,
you seeing this right now?
Yeah.
Oh, this is exciting.
I think
a little
Falcons,
bit of a risk of Malga.
Yeah, I think actually Falcons got the better of the bans here. I feel like New Era, they solved the Tracer Genji problem by banning Tracer, and are now just going to be presented a very different problem as we go over to New Junk City. Malga versus Orisa, Stalker, taking the Sojourn matchup once again, and will just be a trade of resources here, but Hammond's taken a load of damage early on here.
I mean, as much damage as Humber may take, this is the comp essentially which Falcons won grand finals on a couple of months ago. Meanwhile, New Era is just playing Orisa 10 months after the meta. Have you unbanned the guy yet, Tree?
It's going to be a quick first fight for Falcons as well in that one there. See if Ruler has a swap in them, but what's the swap you go to here, right? You can't just go Malga, right? Take for Malga Mirror seems a hot take into Falcons.
What was that, Xavier? Swing and miss on my
what's the swap to New Era swap? It looks like Ruler hasn't swapped, but I don't even know what the swap would be, right? You don't want to take for Malga Mirror into Falcons, so you just keep trying to make the Orisa work. And he's taken so much damage already, Ruler.
It feels like he's immediately getting pounded. I think that the whole Orisa countering Malga thing, it has never really worked out all that well. And Malga is in a pretty good state right now. I feel like Orisa might be on one of the minus 50 armor, plus 50 health balance cycles right now. And you can see New Era. They're just scrapping it out in the neutral, but they can't get anything done. Stalker's got this super wide angle, and everyone is just backing up into his sideline. There's no DPS online, and it's just stagger kills across the board.
Yeah, what they really need here in New Era is they need early damage on this Malga. They need to make it when he goes in for those stomps. They need to make him pay for it here. First fight, they had a bit more damage on Hanbin early on. But in this next fight here, Hanbin takes basically no damage. So when he gets that stomp engaged, it takes all the attention from New Era. They're all trying to deal with it and survive it. And that just allows Stalker to sit on these pretty angles across the point, lining up shots. And 100-0 first point, unless they get the touch here. They do get on here, but they can maybe at least force some ults out. Slightly quicker Ray for MCD here. They've got the touch, they're juggling it as well, but they're having to fight from the low ground, and they're all above them right now. Overclock to start it.
Yeah, double support ult for either side, but already Dodo has gone down. That's the high ground contester. Stalker pulled in by the turbo buffed Orisa, though, and that's going to be 2. Cheer gets the trade onto Ruler, so it's a 3 versus 3 right now. Harmon throws down the cage. I'm not sure if anybody is inside it, but it doesn't seem to matter. I don't think MCD, with all of his Chinese hatred, he's not going to be able to clutch this one up 1v9, and Harmon will finish him off, 600 HP to spare. And a fresh face in the bottom left.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was better. The Terror Surge nearly turned some of those fights there, but even though the cage got nobody, they had all that shield healing to work with. So they couldn't finish the kill either. Now it's going to be proper Blade versus an overclock from Archie, but actually, just a solo Blade, no support ult, no raise beat to combo with it. Maybe a tricky one for proper here.
Wow, Archie just pops the overclock really early, and this is going to be an easy kite for Team Falcons. Straight away, they just back it up. They're willing to concede the cap. And New Era, I mean, they were slow to start touching the point even, so I'm not sure that they're even going to get the free cap. Oh, dash up onto the high ground from Proper. Actually, they will give up that cap, but that's because they know they can get this blade value up top. That's 1-2 for Proper. He's looking for more, but it's not like he needs it because it's already over. And Falcons, they're going to clean the floor once again.
Really nicely played from Falcons. You see Proper start the fight with the blade there. All of New Era, they use for spin, they take for backstep. Now opens the door for Hanbin to get the stomp in. And then again, just too many things for New Era to deal with. They convert that fight. Concede 23% in the end, but maybe a bit of a window here for New Era if they can get this blade off before Chio gets beat. 15% still to go for Chio here, so a small window if New Era are quick.
Tiny little window of opportunity, but New Era, I'm not entirely sure that they are going to play it quick. I see them going for this slow rotation around the side right now. They're starting to tap the point, so there's a little bit of pressure in that. Dodo scrapping it out on the point, misses absolutely everything. Chio comes in with the beat to counter out the blade. Big push from Team Falcons, but no kills secured, so maybe this is more of a little push now that I think about it. Dodo, he's gone to Proper on the outside, so now one player lead. Orbital Ray from MCD on the inside, though, and Falcons, they are able to match that one, so it's already a 5 versus 4. Ruler, he wants to go for the clutch, but there's no kills to be had, and it's just Falcons all the way, Xavier. No hope at all. New Era, they can't find the opening, no matter how many ults they throw into this one.
As hard, because when they took that raid trade, obviously it was a 4v5, but raid trade, but you're throwing in an extra ult, feels like it should have been winnable for New Era there, but as soon as that Terror Surge doesn't get value, they're just in big trouble. A quick 2-0 for Falcons, and now they're coming in. They've got Cage, they've got Overclock here. The beat from Search isn't going to be enough.
Ah, jeez. What do you mean, Raza? You've got Twitch Turbo. You're not going to get the ads anyway. Grow up. Okay, New Era, they've made some swaps. They've gone over to more of a playoffs adjacent comp. But look, Dodo over on the Echo, how's he going to deal with the fact that he's got to play into Stalker's Overclock this fight? Try and get into any sort of aggressive angle, and straight away you're going to be contending with the Overclock. Cage comes down from Harmon, and that snares up the Amalgate or the Reaper immediately. Beat comes out from Search, but it is useless, and Stalker is cleaning house as well. So that's going to be New Era, another fight down the drain. Already third point of Flashpoint. This map could be over in no time at all.
It's going to be a quick one. A classic fish in barrel situation there from Hanbin and Stalker, and now they're going to get a chance to push forward. New Era completely dry on ultimates after those swaps now and the investment of that beat. And it's going to be Blade and beat coming up from Falcons right now. So I think we might just see another vintage Blade from Proper on this one. They're holding forward. They're getting ready to go.
They're so ready to rumble. They don't need to rush it, to be perfectly honest. They've got massive ult lead. Now, they will rush it anyway. Stalker will pop around the corner, take down Dodo before they even need the beat push. Stalker good for another headshot kill. Can we get a third? Does it even matter? Probably not. Nothing ever matters anyway. And that is going to be Falcons cleaning up the fight with only one ult. Coming into the last fight now, they're going to have the Ray, they're going to have the Blade. And New Era, they're going to have to touch the objective. So, pack your bags, boys.
Yeah, Falcons are going to hold close here, most likely try and hit him early with this Blade, try and make it awkward. While the Ray's a super powerful ult still, you're really vulnerable in that first few seconds if they can get that Blade failure. When MCD's still 15% away, and they don't have the luxury of time here, New Era, they have to go it, and Falcons go early. Blade in hand for Proper, he's pulled it. Juno in his sides, Juno taken down. Still 8% short was MCD. A few of them are flooding to point, they're going to get a late touch, but it is a 5v3 situation. Proper will be able to go back and clean up this point whenever Falcons feel like it, really, taking their time, but 5v3, maybe one more desperate recontest.
One final touch, but already New Era. I mean, it's like 2 versus 5 at this point. Might be 4v5 eventually, but Falcons, they're on the point. They've got the Ray rolling. Dodo uses that copy, and straight away is going to be torn out of it. Overclock up in main from Stalker again. Feels like it was just a couple of seconds ago that we saw the last one. Ruler, Dodo, they actually get the Cage Blade, and there's 3 for Dodo. Can I get 4? Can I get a 5th? We will get a 5th for Dodo. And Dodo, the last man standing inside Harbin's cage with the copy Genji. Good for 5. Piss off.
I was really concerned when I saw the copy Genji come out, because I was like, they really need to touch. Maybe a copy Malga would have done more to like stall out this fight, allow their Cage and Ray to come back. But he made the right choice in the end, combines with the tail end of MCD's Ray, and the ace from Dodo gives a lifeline to New Era as they walk in.
Look at Archie, slithering on in from the side, gets 2 onto the Juno.
Awesome.
Everybody pushes past him. Search goes down. He's gotten absolutely nothing for it. He secures 1. Go and hit a TP in. Give us a spin. He spins on nothing. Oh, he's good for 0. He's dead to Stalker. Oh, pack it up. Dodo can only do so much.
Yeah, I mean, if you put yourself in a situation where you need your DPS just to get ace after ace to keep you in the series, eventually you're going to run out of steam there, and Falcons, dominant on New Junk City.
Yeah, no, making it look easy, to be perfectly honest, except for that one brief moment where they had to go up against Dodo versus the world. But let's get into the slop tree. You're exactly right.
Oh, yeah. Heroic moment from Dodo. Huge clutch. First to three. So Falcons only need one more. Let me get these predictions cashed, and we'll get the polls up for map 3. If anyone can believe in the comeback there, if Dodo's given them enough, but I'll keep it a buck with. Oh wait, predictions up. Nice mods, thank you. But I'll keep it a buck with you here. I mean, Falcons are the better team. Maybe surprises no one. Falcons actually probably got the better of the bands in that situation as well. So if you're the better team, you got the stronger roster, and you're getting the best of the bands, it's a really long way back. Do we know who the Falcons coaching staff are? We do. 9K is the head coach, and then they have Aid, who you might remember, Dallas Fuel assistant coach back in the day. They have Aid and Sparkle as the assistant coaches, with 9K at the helm. So, you know, maybe not a coaching staff with the same reputation as the 9K Junk Buck crusty lineup they had last year, but still very experienced coaches. So Falcons in a good position there, and also a big challenge to match out of Crazy Raccoon, but I think they've got a good coaching staff. I think you're really happy with that if you're Falcons. Oh, thank you, Kabaddi. Appreciate the prime. Thank you very much. Welcome. If 9K can carry Chris, can carry Sparkle. True. Who did they ban this round? So it was a Tracer ban coming out from New Era. I think very much to try and solve that Tracer Genji problem they had on Lijiang Night Market, where the Tracer Genji just kept ruining MCD's day. Sorry, Chris, mate. I mean, what can you say? Were you carried by 9K or not, Chris? You know. And then the ban on the other side, there was a Hazard ban coming out from Falcons, which is why we got pushed into that sort of Malga mirror by the end ultimately, but obviously very much suits Falcons. Does Chris do any legitimate coaching? If you want to see if Chris does any legitimate coaching, no longer do you have to speculate. No longer do you have to just ask and try and look at the results and how the team play. You can actually go watch Chris do some legitimate coaching on my channel on a brand new series, new coaching series called Coaches Review. My first guest was Chris Cieffa, where he teaches us a little bit about how he tried to set his team up to play Dive with his new look Ultimates roster in EMEA. So if you want to go see some legitimate coaching, you can see Chris do some legitimate coaching. All right. Seems like there's not too many in the back area here. Maybe a few smokers in play here. maybe need one after that New Junk City. How do we know the video wasn't AI? You just gotta look at it and feel it, you know? You think Chris could get replaced with an AI? I don't think so. Oh, thank you, Fearless Chi. You heard 9K watch the VOD and wrote the script for Chris? Poor Chrissy, guys, come on. He demonstrates he can do legitimate coaching directly to you out of the kindness of his own heart. And all he gets is stick. All he gets is stick. Poor Chrissy. Is the map pool different? Yes, Sager. The map pool is bigger in Korea. Thank you, Kitty, as well, for the prime. Very much appreciated. But yeah, the map pool is bigger in Korea. one of the marbles. So we'll do in between series. So maybe very soon, for the way the series is going. We'll do marbles in between the games, and we'll do some at the end as well. And in those marbles, we'll give away an Anna Mythic code as well. So if you want to win an Anna Mythic code, it's the place to be. And we'll all do a little exclamation mark play when we get there. Reverse sweep starts now. I appreciate your optimism. I appreciate it. So ready to win the marbles? I mean, if you want that skin, that's how you do it. But we'll get that going after the series. You wanted to get breakfast after the series? Yeah, don't worry. You're not going to have to wait long to get your breakfast, I don't think. Alright, Kivi's is coming in for search here. So Kivi's by trade, more of a flex support player. So potentially some double flex support here. We've not seen the map yet, right? Or the bans. So remember, they have to do roster submission before the bans here. So obviously, the control is in New Era's hands in terms of they get to pick the mode and the map we go to, out of the modes not already selected. And they get to ban first as well. So they have all the power to shape this next map how they want it. So Kivi's and MCD coming in maybe gives an indication of what they might try and run. And okay, it's going to be an initial Diva. We're going to go to King's Row. They're going to ban Diva. Falcons are going to ban Zen in response. What were they really expecting here, Falcons? Possible Falcons at this point are just taking the piss because they know they're going to win the series anyway. The Diva ban. Are they trying to force a dive matchup potentially here? Like they want to play Winston and a Brig or something on King's Row, and then they ban Diva so Hanbin can't play Diva into it? Potentially? And then in response, Falcons just went, forget it. We'll just win anyway. But then Hanbin will just play Hazard though, right? Because that's presumably just really reasonable into the Winston on a map like King's Row, I feel like. There is like a running theory that, like on the Dorado Gibraltar, these really big dive maps, that Winston can still be the stronger of them. But on a map like King's Row, I feel like Hazard will be really fine, honestly. I think they're trying to target, but they're trying to force Hanbin not to be able to play Diva, but I think Hanbin will just play Hazard. I feel like with where Overwatch is currently in terms of the heroes in the roster, the ability to target ban is a little bit harder, and it looks like they're going to start Sigma and Akiri. Genji Ashe. Okay. New Era rolling the dice. I mean, to be honest, right, we've seen the first two maps. We all saw it with our own eyes, and we certainly saw New Era get the worst of the stick. And oh my god, Stalker's at it again. Stalker on King's Row. Look away now, Quartz. It's happening again. So they've rolled the dice here, New Era. I can get behind a dice roll, honestly, with how the series has gone so far, but it starts with a rough one as Stalker gets that early opening pick. Now they have all the space. Dodo's been chased down after this, and this first point is just over before it really begins. They already had to concede for choke. They will get a retake here, New Era, if they really want it, but with the Sigma, really hard to re-walk through this choke.
Oh my days. Is this real right now? There's a Sigma instead of a Hazard? What has forced this? Zen ban, Diva ban? What's going on here?
Yeah, because New Era, so they sub in their second flex support player, and then they ban Diva, so I was like, are they trying to force like an Anna Brig mirror, and they want to bully Hanbin into like feeling like he has to play Winston? But with Hazard available, he's just going to play Hazard. Also, it's King's Row, so Hazard seems really reasonable, so I can respect New Era trying to roll the dice, because the series hasn't been close so far. But this doesn't really feel like they've got themselves a favourable situation at all.
I'm not taking the piss here, but does Asia have a different map pool to us, or have I just never screwed the King's Row yet?
They have a bigger map pool than us.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
Everything's bigger in Korea, mate.
Yeah, that's fucking unbelievable. Like, Siggy, like, have I just never picked a King's Row?
Sorry, Max.
How bad am I?
It's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's them.
No, you should have seen Rush's defense versus Rascal's defense for hero bans at EWC, by the way. Rascal says, I drafted bad because I was playing ping pong until 4 in the morning the night before the match, so I made bad drafting decisions. And meanwhile, Rush, he's honest with himself. Rush says, I just don't care about the nitty gritty, so I'm bad at it. Rush's defense is unfucking retarded. Rascal's like, oh, it's the big night of the $1 million tournament, so I played ping pong and got drunk till 4 in the morning. Like, those are the comparative reasons as to why they were bad at drafting at EWC. Like, at least Rush is honest with himself.
He lives in the real world. He's like, honestly, guys, I'm just not going to pay any attention. I'm not going to pay any attention.
I'm just a fucking idiot, and I don't read into these things.
Also, the idea that hero bans is the nitty-gritty of it all is not a fundamental part and influential factor of the series. I don't want to get bogged down in the nitty-gritty, you know?
Me personally, what I do is I wait until every map ends and then I say to the guys, so what do you want to ban next? Sheepishly. Which is coincidentally what Changoon and Rascal actually did, because their story was that for map 7, when they banned Soldier versus Toronto, all the players left the room and Rascal just went up on stage, didn't know what to do, and banned Soldier because he ran out of time. And yes, Rascal lost to Danny, the draft docs guy.
I mean, if there's one person who cares about the nitty-gritty, Danny is Mr. Nitty-gritty.
Yep. No, I can't stop playing the nose trumpet right now. You gotta fill.
Alright, Kitsune rush out from Kivi's as it's been a pretty quick second point behind us as well. Even the Nano Blade didn't work out that great for New Era. This Kitsune rush will be more of the same, completely kited out right now, and now a chance for a proper Blade. They've been lethal so far in this series, and I see no reason for it to stop now.
Don't ban people for complaining about the ads tree. They need to understand that if they sub, they'll lose them. Don't ban him, you fucking jerk off. Remove that timeout. I know you want me to watch the game, Xavier, but be fucking for real. We're about to roll into the end of third point. 3 minutes on the clock. Chio's 90% on that beat drop. Stalker is 1v1ing Kivas in the back, who they've already staggered once. Kivas actually gets the kill. Yeah, no, almost able to walk away, but the card hasn't stopped walking this entire time. Thank you for unbanning Baby Bay Mercy, although that viewer is definitely gone. Remember to subscribe to get rid of the ads, guys. Falcons, they've actually had proper traded as well, so finally, backs to the wall, New Era, they are able to hold on for just a second, but it ain't gonna work.
Alright, 4 more minutes to worry about here. Thank you, Mr. Rover, for the 7 months as well. But Falcons, they've got that beat, ready to push with. They've got a downpour as well. Dodo's going to go onto the Tracer now, and now Stalker's got this big, long angle, hard to deal with. A New Era, they're really pinned in, they're clinging on to this series. It's going to be a Nano Kiri. Oh my god, one disaster after another. Have to imagine that was intended for the hazard. The downpour comes out defensively, but it's dealt with now. And it's just a pushover. The beat push is good from Falcons, and this should be all the cleanup right now. Kivis and Rudo are going to try and survive behind, but they're just stranded. And Falcons, they're winning the series.
Yeah, no, I get the feeling that this series might be just a teensy tiny little bit over. They walk it through to the finish line, 3 minutes on the clock. Don't make me take away your moderation permissions when you keep adding fucking emote. He's gone completely mad. He's actively trying to jeopardize my income. Guys, if you want to, put your hand out and help somebody that is being abused by a mod that is just completely power tripping, you can subscribe to me right now.
We need to get one of those infomercials going, black and white, sad music.
Oh my god, sticky
that's an insane one, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you saw it right at the start, but within 2 seconds, Stalker just gets a pick out of spawn on Widow, which I think set the tone if it wasn't already ready.
I was so late to actually opening the thing. I was like 20 seconds in, and first point was already just over, thanks to Stalker. Start hearing game sound, then it ends. Is Widow even particularly good in this situation, or is Stalker just flexing? I think Widow's good for like first point attack, but like afterwards, surely it's sort of just momentum, Like he never had the opportunity to swap because he kept killing people. Mr. Fish OW, welcome back to the Parasocial Friends Club. Thanks for taking the hint and giving me money.
Oh, speak of the devil as well, Rush has just been announced on T1.
Rush on T1.
Rush on T1. Unfortunately, no, he's got no Korean equivalent to Danny. He's just been announced as head coach. There's no assistant coach. So unfortunately, it seems like T1 might also be lacking a nitty-gritty kind of guy.
Wait, since when did fucking Ash have a Rose weapon inspect? What is that?
I don't know, actually.
This is what happens when you don't watch. I don't watch the game enough to know this, but just twiddling a flower.
Thank you, name tag.
My heart goes. Cheers, name tag. Don't forget to give Xavier your money too, folks. Oh, it was added today? You're just lying now. You're all just lying. I don't believe any of you. Alright. Falcons, I mean, they're just sitting up on the high ground waiting for something to happen. New era, double flex supporty comp. You know, they've got Juno, Ana. Maybe MCD can get something done, charge up a nano boost, get a little nano blade, nano hazard going. Goes for a nade through the hotel. There is nobody on the ground, mate. But you know what? It's about the mentality. And I like that mentality from MCD. For all you knew, there was somebody from China on the other side of that wall ready to catch a fistful of hatred.
That's what you often find the Chinese on the other side of a wall, so it's not a bad shout.
Exactly right.
Getting their toes onto point here a little bit, but it's just a nice slow trade. Nade this time, it's just going to be onto Ruler himself though, and Stalker's keeping this high ground position, just keeping everyone dinked back for now. We'll rotate window, and while all this is happening again, Ruler's just managed to lose the HB trade, and New Era forced to take a backstep.
Yeah, New Era, I mean, they are really just playing this one slow, trying to charge up their ultimates, looking for an opportunity, coming through MCD and a nade, and until then, I mean, they're happy to just wait for the ult turn. Dodo steps forward a little bit, has to dash back, but look at that, Ruler actually catches the kill on Proper. Falcons, they try to play slow, but here we go. A nade around the wall. Harmon getting tossed like a salad, and down he goes, and that's going to be the first point done and dusted.
All right, nicely done. Didn't even have to invest any of their big ult combos now, so now the nano... I mean, the blade is still a mile away, but the nano's up at least, so a nano hazard maybe in this next fight could put them in a good position, maybe force out this Ray early from Fielder, use their own Ray later. Lots of options here for New Era. And at least with the nano cycles and the blade cycles, there are these clear win fight timings if they can set them up, New Era.
Yeah. One thing that is worth noting is that Fielder's orbital ray turn could be in a little bit of strife if MCD can hit a good nade inside of it. People stacked up inside the ray, very susceptible to being turned purple. But as Chio's beat comes online, that could shut that down. Fielder goes for the counter orbital ray. Nano Boost came out onto Ruler, but he did not get anything. Everybody kited that out very efficiently. And Falcons, I mean, they hold on. They haven't lost any players, but they have given up that choke. Orbital ray push comes through from Kivas now. And again, Falcons are just kiting it out. Nice wall from Ruler actually blocks the bob. Beat from Chio seems bordering on worthless. Ruler, he goes for that downpour, instantly deflected by Proper, but Dodo on the side. He gets the blade. He's good for one. Can he get a second? He will get a second, and he might just get out too. And suddenly Falcons are looking a bit worse for wear here on King's Row.
Thank you, Zero. Thank you for the 4 months, Zero. And yeah, great blade from Dodo in the end here. Archie's going to get slept. But they're all okay.
Kivi's
the end.
trade?
It's going to keep walking. Kivi's at least has the speedrun to get back. And actually, that blade from Dodo looked a little bit ambitious, especially that second dash in to get the Juno kill as well on half HP, but makes it work, gets the kills, and they'll keep rolling it forward. And now an overclock to finish it here, but Falcons, the blade and the downpour coming back. Stalker's onto Tracer as well to apply even more pressure to this Ana and to this Sojourn as they try and get value here. All on Archie to land some shots.
Overclock comes out from Archie right away, but we haven't seen any kills converted as of yet. Stalkers had the recall force Proper. Anti-heal and forced to dash back. And Dodo there with the assassination. He's good for 2, make it 3. He dashes onto the Mega now, and Chio, you don't want that fight, mate. Get the fuck out of Dodge. It's Harmon versus the world right now. Just Harmon and Chio left standing. Harmon knows how to wall himself into a corner, but the Mega is not online yet, and Dodo will clean him up. Dodo, he's clutching so hard, and that's 4 minutes for New Era. The deflect onto the nade too, just for some style points. Get out.
We were given a hint of this on New Jug City, a little taster of what Dodo was possible of. And right now, on his best hero, on that Genji, he's turning up for them on this attack. And it's a 4-minute time ban going into third point. Really still in this right now. They've got a Nano Blade coming up as well, New Era. And maybe there's a chance to keep this one going, snowball some of these ultimates.
Where there's a will, there's a way, and I mean, look, with MCD's Nano Boost, Dodo's Blade both online, and Chio a little bit behind on that beat drop, there's a very real chance for it here. Proper, he's a very patient man with these blades. Wouldn't be surprised if they continue to just play slow, not anticipating the pace with which Dodo is coming up on this next blade. And the Nano Blade combo could come in any time now. Kitsune Rush opens up on the card. Back dash from Falcons, which means they are willing to concede space. If New Era press the advantage, go for the Nano Blade right now. They could finish the map. If Chio gets the beat online, there could be a different story. Nano Boost comes out, but Dodo, he doesn't have the blade! He pulls it now. Fielder, he misses the sleep, but Chio, he's got that beat online, and Dodo can't secure the kill!
The window was there, but 1% short. They still trade out Chio in the end, but they've lost MCD, and these trades aren't going to favour the attackers here. The respawn advantage is too strong for Falcons, and there was a window there, and it was an opening. We said these ult combos would provide it for them, but New Era, 1% short of that one, and it doesn't come off for them.
Oh, so sad. It was so incredibly close. Genuinely 0.5% off for poor little Dodo, and he just can't finish the job, can't get the blade up in time, and then there is Chio with the counter beat. He was a couple of percent off. Hate to see it for little Dodo. Now it's all on Archie to come in clutch with yet another overclock. Maybe we can get some body shots into some Dodo cleanup. Who knows? But Falcons, they've got a wealth of ultimates online. They've got 3 ultis to spare and their backs to the wall. So really, we're going to need something out of this world from New Era. Archie pops that overclock, but already Falcons, they're just maintaining.
Maintaining, don't have to give any space for this one. They still have all their ults in hand. But whoa, actually a late one. Fielder, don't know how he got caught by that at the end. Oh. And now Hambin's going to go down as well. Stalker's trying to clutch, but he's taken out of the air. No ults, no problem. Proper's trying to clutch it out. He's deflecting. Full pocket come in, but Proper still finds the kill and gets out. Dodo will chase it up, and the payload's been tapped in during all of this, actually, to be fair. So, New Era got a bit of fight here.
Ah, so tough. Z Overwatch, good morning, friend. Is that the Z that I think it is? I reckon it's gotta be. It's gotta be these. Yeah. Chat history seeker. Yeah. All right, nice. I can't believe that New Era have actually swung back on this one after getting completely pumped on the defense. Somehow Falcons, they just collapsed Dodo, Archie, all coming in with insane clutches there to finish out the offense. But, I mean, does Lightning strike twice, or is Ruler just going to randomly honor duel back onto Sigma and give it away again?
I mean, the crazy thing here as well, because we've seen these two teams play the Hazard Mirror before, and it was complete one-way traffic. Maybe the Ana is the big difference here, the Ana Kiri, giving them a few more tools on the attack, because, well, Falcons had a good attack themselves. It very much was into a Sigma, and off the back of Stalker just getting a pick at the start of every fight as well, so should in theory be a lot harder now, more of a Hazard Mirror. So maybe there's legs for New Era. They're going to attack again, and if they can win first point, then all of a sudden we get into this ult snowball situation again where they could really do some damage there. So a lot of it on MCD and these neutrals to find the openings in the meantime. Falcons, though, starting on Tracer. I feel like they've got a certain old Korean man in their sights with this composition.
Oh, really? You think that there's a particularly elderly Korean man in the server that is being target picked by the Tracer Genji Lucio Juno? You think all of the tempo in the world will allow them to get onto that veteran presence? Or are they just going to continue to AFK at the back of the map and lose the slow fight?
We'll wait and see. They're starting on the high ground now, Falcons. They need everyone to walk up a little bit more before they can pull the trigger. For now, though, New Era anticipating this. MCD is staying well and truly far back on that bus right now. And it's just going to be a vie for space. And Stalker's actually going to blink back to the low ground here. So no real pressure on MCD right now. So it is just a slow fight to start it off. And it's so low.
Straight away, Kivas has to TP out of the hotel. But an anti-nade from MCD is good. You can see Proper just greedily pushing for it. They want that so badly. And now that's going to be 2 players dead for the side of Team Falcons. Unless, of course, Chio is quite literally Harry Houdini, which he is not. Chio is dead inside a safe at the bottom of the river. And that is going to be first point done and dusted for Team Falcons yet again. New Era, they might have a little bit of a comp difference here on this map.
You can see Falcons had kind of the right idea in the broadest possible sense of it, in terms of, yeah, we should get on this Ana. But they go, wow, Proper is naded. You see Chio go flying past him as well, just committing to that fight, even though they're antied at the time, and it's just all too easy for New Era to deal with. Now the Kiri swap from Fielder coming into this one, but this is that situation we talked about, Max. New Era, really close to a Kitsune Rush, getting close to a Nano as well. This could get out of hand for Falcons if they're not careful.
Getting completely out of hand at this rate. They at least have made the swap over, but you can see, you know, the supports might be getting exposed a little bit for the fact that they can't play such a good double flex support over on the side of Falcons. Aggressive push from Hambin, though. He's all the way in the back. MCD decides that he wants to go and visit first point one last time, and there you go. You've got Chio, you've got Hambin all the way in the back. Dodo gets one trade onto Fielder. We've actually still got bodies on the point for New Era, and this could very rapidly turn south for Falcons. Fielder's respawn is so far away. If Falcons can't end the fight quick, this could be bad news for them. Then Dodo, he gets a second. Kivas, he TP's back out. Ruler, he blocks with the wall, but it's not enough. He still goes down, but look, New Era, they've got 4 players back into this one. Proper goes down to a shot into the deflect, and Falcons, they fail to convert the 5 versus 3.
They got onto the backline, they took MCD out, but the trades were there. And now New Era, they use the Kitsune Rush at the start, but they now have Nanoblade to keep this one going. And Chio, 23% off the beat. That might be a little bit too far. New Era with another huge opportunity right now.
massive opportunity as long as they can get a body on the objective and go for this Nano Blade. We've already got MCD hiding behind like a little freak. Nano Boost comes out now onto Dodo. He's going for the counter Nano Blade onto Harmon. Gets him slightly walled off, but Harmon will surely eat the dust here. 60 HP for Dodo, but a dead Harmon. Proper pulls the blade in main, has to deflect it. He actually deflects the downpour onto Ruler's head. He's so good with this one, but it's not enough because MCD, the Sentinel with the nade, takes him down. Already a 5v3. MCD is traded, but it's not going to be enough, and we're on the third point now. Results heads in shambles as New Era, I mean, it's starting to look like they're going to take King's Row.
It's really getting out of hand. It's only Kitsune Rush now for Kivi's foe. Overclock 2, but now Falcons, they have Kitsune Rush, they have beat. It's overtime, of course, so that fight has to happen on point. New Era can't give space. They can't disengage completely. Stalker also onto the Widow right now. This should be the timing for Falcons to finally stop them. Kitsune Rush from the high ground. They die immediately. Stalker wins the duel as well. Kivi's doesn't quite have that Kitsune Rush, and Falcons will get the stop, but this is more than good enough here. A late Kitsune Rush comes out, but the damage is done. MCD will fall as well. But what a push from New Era.
Get real. I mean, Falcons, they're being exposed right now. We've got this double flexible comp coming out from Kivas and MCD, and so much value from this Ana. MCD constantly playing right at the back of the map. Borderline uncontestable. You go to chase him, your team gets traded out in the front. They lose objective control. They lose players in the back. It's just so good from New Era. But the real question is, can they pull this off on the defense? Because on defense, you play at the back of the map, you lose the objective. MCD is going to have to take so much more risk to make this work here on defense, and I don't know whether he's going to be able to actually pull that off.
It's going to be tricky. Expect MCD to start on the high ground here, and there is a bit of mitigation that it can often be hard for a Tracer especially to get that angle. Obviously, still options for Proper to just start on Widow or something and just play the more longer range fight as well, just try and deny some of those angles with his gun more than anything else. But yeah, this is tricky for New Era, but because they've got such a big distance to work with here, and New Era have such powerful ult combos, mainly in the form of that Nano Blade, there is situations later in to this attack from Falcons where actually, maybe New Era, they can just sacrifice a fight, force out the support ults from Falcons in one fight, then come back with a Nano Blade to get the full hold.
Good grief. I don't know. Stalker's back on the Widowmaker now, and on the attack, it looked really free for him, just ripping the map wide open. But if he commits to this no, he's not going to commit to the Widowmaker picker, is he? He's going to make a swap. Yeah, he's over to the Sojin as well. So Genji Sojin, Lucio Juno versus Anakiri. If New Era can buy some time off the clock, the big ult fights could just be disastrous for Falcons. Harmon just dead off rip. It wasn't even because of the sleep.
No.
The backline rotation from Falcons, because they were walking inside for so long, there's just no heals in main, and Harmon, he must have completely missed the boat on that one. He just dies to nothing. That's 15, even more with Stalker going down. Just giving it away for free right now.
Falcons really just making a mess of this attack so far. A couple of false starts. They still have 2 minutes. They have time to turn it around. This will put them on the back foot and force them to reclaim that space. Stalker's actually going to go back to Widow to try and force them to D-peek from this close hold. We'll force the TP out there, trying to find this small angle onto the Genji as they try and clear him out the Genji Lucio as well. No doing. And they have got a foothold back in this point, though, Falcons. And Stalker's keeping the Widow for now.
I could keep the YouTube bot up, Carton. I don't see any issue with doing that, even if it's dog shit. But I'll look into the dual streaming in future. Anyhow, New Era, they are still in control. Anti-nade splashes onto Harmon because Fielder is over on the Juno, not able to cleanse that one. Proper in the backline, going for the hard 1v1, but MCD, he hits the sleep. The TP back. Dodo kills Harmon as well. Harmon, he did manage to secure a trade onto Archie, but now Stalker, he misses his grapple. He's sniped out of the sky by Kivas. Get real. Falcons are about to be full held by New Era at this rate. It's completely gone pear-shaped.
Great sleep from MCD to get himself out of that. Trade for kill onto Proper, and now Nano is available. Kitsune Rush available, and Team Falcons, they don't quite have any of their ultimates yet here. Really scary situation for them. They need something, because otherwise New Era will be coming with these ults. Kitsune Rush is out, but TP back is still forced. Trying to pocket MCD. They are off for Rush right now, just trying to live. Hanbin and Chio combined. Downpour to make sure of it right now. Has rooted up the Ana here, but doesn't have the cooldowns to go get it just yet. But Chio will do it. but Nano Ruler actually is trading a lot of kills. Beat comes out from
No
Gio as a
way.
one-person beat to live, but Ruler, this Nano Hazard has kept him alive, and Gio's still gonna die potentially here. He's stuck behind enemy lines. Private Ryan is running for it. The rest of Falcons are trying to flood to point, but New Era, they have a retake.
There's an absolutely outrageous beat from Gio to play his life there. Oh my god, and he kills
Oh,
Dodo
he's got
too. It's
No blade.
championship caliber talent on the Lucio right now, but now they don't have the Lucio ult for the blade turn that is coming. If New Era can just charge up one more nano boost, they're going to have a nano blade with no beat to counter. So really, they got to get cracking on charging this one up. Maybe take a dry fight, bait out one of the Ray or the blade. Get yourself a couple of fights here. You can afford up to 3. Stalker, though, he needs shit on the high ground, goes down to keep this yet again, and it's a 5 versus 4. Archie pops the overclock in a ridiculously keen manner. Fielder throws down that orbital ray, is already eating shit, though. Dodo takes down proper. It's 5v3, but we're in the enemy team spawn, so Chio's already back in the mix. Stalker's already back, but Fielder goes down. No support's about to be online. Chio falls. Falcons getting spawn camp. Dodo watching the door with the deflect. Get down, Mr. President. We've just taken a map off Team Falcons. I don't want to sound like I'm overreacting or anything, but New Era might be the best team in the whole world.
I don't think you're overreacting at all. The evidence is right in front of us. You can see what it means to the team as well. Immediate pop-off from the coach. And they're taking us to a map 4 right now. And what is maybe best for New Era is they didn't do it through some crazy bans or forcing some comp that Falcons were uncomfortable on. Just beat him in a hazard.
They picked Sigma.
Yeah, they started on Sigma. Just a hazard mirror, throw the Ana in.
Dwayne Peters' parlay has already been ruined by this map result, so that's awesome.
Well, we did pick'ems on my Discord as well, and when I was looking through the submissions for it, everybody had 3-0 Falcons, so I think already nobody's looking for a perfect score this week after that map.
Fantasy Preds destroying match off rip. Love to see it. Thanks for the follows, folks, and let's get some slop going, I reckon.
All right. Nicely done.
It's such an outrageous take. Such an outrageous take for them
to Anakiri Sigma off rip on King's Row after a Diva ban as well. Not even banning Hazard or something, you know, like we'll just tank it. And I mean,
unbelievable. And then they just keep playing the Juno into the Ana forever. Like, they're just losing to nades again and again and again. And they're just sticking Juno on a map where Kiri can cleanse it and do all the wall climbing too. Like, they've actually taken the Juno prop so ridiculously hard that they can no longer see the forest for the trees. Like, it's just fucked.
Also, fair play to Dodo as well, right? We always talk about proper in these metas, but actually, he went toe for toe, you know?
He was gapping him too.
Yeah.
Like, all these insane clutches coming out from him. It's ridiculous. The only reason that this map was close is because they threw their entire defense on Sigma. Otherwise, it would have just been dominant. Anyway, slop.
Slop it up. All right. What a treat we're in for, eh? New Era taking a map off Falcons. I don't think anyone had that on their cards this morning. Obviously, not to hit you with the cold hard truth, but this does mean that now Falcons get to pick the mode and ban first and all of this, so they can put themselves in a very advantageous situation. But New Era showing some life. Dodo getting a chance to demonstrate how good he is at Genji. And honestly, even MCD, good sleeps, good nades throughout. You had 3-1 on the... You had it. You were the one believer, Snivy. You're smarter than the rest of us, unfortunately. Anyone who did have that 3-1, looking really good right now. Falcons are getting a Zen ban right now. Yeah. I mean, they've already used the... let me find it. Where's I'm looking for Wikipedia. Am I blind? Nope. I've got it. All right. I've got it on my other screen, but I just want to check the bans we've had already. Because I think they banned Ana on first map, no, didn't they, Falcons? I think they banned it already, Falcons, so... Let me fact check that for you. Yeah, Falcons banned Ana on first map, so they can't ban it again. So, the sort of other counter switch here is they just one, you could ban, yeah, you could ban Genji, or you could just ban, because Falcons have already used for hazard ban as well, so they can't do that one either. You can see right now, what is he writing on the wall? He's writing the ban. Does anyone see it? Aid wrote the ban. Anyone got binoculars? Anyone got binoculars to see what he wrote? Yeah, Sparkle's there with them, Ball Skunk. Sparkle and Aid, assistant coaches to head coach 9K. Yeah, those are the Falcons coaching staff, yeah. What's the story about a pet banning heroes in Overwatch League? So I mean, the first time they did hero bans in Overwatch League, rather than having the teams, or, you know, the teams sort of jockey and pick their bans to add some kind of strategic element, what they did is they just banned heroes for the entire week, essentially. So they would just do a draw at the start, where I think it was 4 heroes were banned, and they got Zoe's cat to do it. Zoe's cat picked the heroes to add a bit of chaos here. So this system's a little better. I think we can, you know, no disrespect to the cat, of course, but this system's a little better, you know. Yeah, I mean, they can both be bad. They can both be bad. Does Community Pugs have a schedule? Not a strict schedule. It's kind of just whenever. Just because I have to try and fit it. So for those who don't know, I do co-streams for all the 3 major regions, I should say. In Korea, EMEA, and North America. So I try and fit the Community Pugs around that where I can, but obviously it means my week is actually a little bit packed, really. So we're trying to do them where we can. When we get bigger breaks in OWCS, we'll see more Pugs. But if you follow me on Twitter or you join the Discord, there'll be updates and stuff there as well, so you can stay in touch with everything that's happening. I mean, we talk. If you want the full take on the Pacific news, we've actually got Uncoachable coming out after the stream today. If you are brand new here, I do a podcast with Unter, the fella casting with me, as well as Chris Tieffer, who you might know from London Spitfire, SSG last year, and the Ultimates this year. We get Kasaurus on, and we talk about a lot of the roster announcements, as well as the situation with the Pacific broadcast, as well as just some other stuff. Anything else that happened. That'll be coming out after the Korea action today, maybe like an hour or so after, hopefully. All right. Esperanza and Falcons have banned Kiri, but don't they want to play Kiri? Why did Aid write the name Kiriko on that piece of paper? Surely the Kiri matches up more nicely into the Ana in these situations. Isn't MCD just going to play Ana again? And then New Era have banned Soldier? Whoa, a little buffer. Might need to resync with Max when we get back, but we can figure that out. Why the Soldier ban? I mean, as you saw when we got the peek behind the scenes to the little dugout area, you can see that actually most of New Era seem to pop out for a quick smoke during the gap between maps. So maybe that. MCD out. Wait. Oh. Of course, the trademark outrageously good artwork from just a random selection of the crowd. I mean, we need ones here. So if you got a cam in the smoking area, you'd see more of the players half the time. Where's Lip at? He's playing next match. Against Zeta Division. I mean, yeah. I mean, say what you want. They always come up trumps in these art contests here, the Korean fans. Laminated tickets from, I've seen that all of last season. It looks like a lot of it at least. Morning, Gala. Always find a way to surprise you. I mean, they're good, aren't they? I think that was probably a good a turning point for a few people. Thank you as well.
My
gonna say this
favorite
wrong.
uncoachable member, can't fanboy races Tora Nozzy.
Thanks, JRV. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, yeah. So MCD is out. Search is back in. So presumably, is this Lucio Kiri they're going to play? Maybe that explains the Kiri ban a little bit more, right? Because Kiri's Kiri is way better than his Juno, which is why MCD's been playing Juno for the most part for New Era. So Kivi's subs into the roster. Falcons obviously get the roster submission before the bans and then go, we'll ban his bloody Kiri and we'll play Juno Lucio. They'll be forced to play Juno Lucio and we'll just have the better Juno player. And that'll be our advantage in this first map here. So, all right, I can see the Kiri ban starts to make a little bit more sense now once we got the lineups, with the lineups coming in first. Okay. The soldier ban, though, that one's harder to explain, guys. I'll be honest with you. That one is way harder to explain. But I don't think it will change that much. I think we'll still be seeing Genji. We'll be still seeing Genji Sojourn for the most part here. So I don't know why they banned it in the end, but it's what they banned. So let's get the volume cranked here. There we go. And all right, no surprises then. Juno, Lucio, Genji, Sojourn, Hazard. The bans have really set this one up. Max, I might need to do a time sync with you because mine buffered for a second. So I'm on 42, 41, 40.
It just works. It's like soup. It just works.
It's because it comes from Korea. Right. It's a utopia, mate.
Yeah, and we've essentially got handshake bans as both teams probably really want to play Lucio Juno in a matchup like this, but it does look like Falcons, they're the one backs into a corner. It doesn't matter if Stalker can just rip off your Dodo's head, drive him towards extinction, and then take Search for a ride as well. So that is going to be an immediate 5 versus 3 for Falcons. Stalker gets traded though, and that's no good at all because that is going to massively slow down Falcons' a snowball. Fielder also taken incredibly low, but there will be no trade there.
Yeah, I think ultimately what happened with the bans is MCD, he's run his race, you know, so they sub in Kivis, and I think Kivis is much better at Kiri than they are Juno. So the Kiri ban from Falcons, I think this was Kivis has been targeted here, so I believe Falcons reckon they've got some kind of Juno advantage here in this one.
That would explain why Kivis has twice as much ult charge after the first fight, to be honest. The fact that Kivis is so shit at the Juno.
The theory doesn't always work out the way you expect it to, you know. That's why you got to keep running tests, you know. Keep running more experiments. Yeah, get bigger sample
There's
size.
no better place to test the theory than in a match versus New Era. But now we just have a slow neutral taking place, but New Era, everybody is already so low. Consequence of this is that Hanbin is going to shift in and kill himself. That wasn't where I was going with that point at all. But here we are now. We've got Fielder coming incredibly deep, getting dashed on, taken down by the Dodo. Search traded out, but I'd say this is a very favorable situation for New Era. Proper goes down as well. And now New Era, they get to start pushing back. They've got an orbital ray advantage. They're going to be able to choke Falcons, push deep with their own orbital ray. If Falcons don't slow play here, charge up these support ultimates, could be bad news for them.
Yeah, they really need at least the Chio beat or something. They do have that advantage, but opportunity for New Era here if they are aggressive. Eyes on Kivis right now if they want to push it, but they don't even need it. Fielder's just dead. This Juno advantage theory is really not looking too hot right now.
It appears that Fielder is dog shit at Juno. It is really Chio's hero and Chio's hero only. Keep this guy on Brigitte because now New Era, they're stealing that card away. Hanbin, he's jockeying for space over on the side, but that's just more meters on the board. New Era, they secure the flip, and now when Falcons come in, there will be support ults traded. We see the downpour come out from Hanbin. It catches a few, but they're fighting inside the orbital ray. Search, he's got the beat. He pops it, it catches everybody, but Dodo doesn't seem to matter. Downpour comes out from Ruler. Probably caught nobody. He never seems to get it. But in the chaos, Falcons, they've stolen the cart.
We're just going to go pick it back up now, but now that means all of his support ults invested from New Era does nothing for him. So now Ray advantage for Fielder coming back. Stalker with the overclock to start it. They try and deep peek, but Hanbin is pushing these split targets right now, and Stalker's moving forward. Lots of damage, but no kills. Now finally Kivis will fall, and they get this fight just for the overclock as well. Keep hold of that Ray here, Falcons.
Talk about a disastrous fight for New Era. It looked so good in the early stages, but losing card control to Harbin's downpour, absolutely game losing. They needed to keep layering in ults after their double support ultimate, but they just couldn't find it. And now they've conceded the checkpoint. They still have to fight into an orbital ray now. It's so much riding on Archie to get a pick with the overclock, because it's so difficult for Dodo to blade inside a ray.
Ruler on the back foot here as this raid push comes in and they are chasing these kills. It's a full disengage. They've not popped any ults in response to New Era, so they're just going to concede meters in exchange for an ult advantage here. But Falcons probably happy enough in this trade as well. And Ruler is stuck behind. Luckily, Hazard can just climb and move and wriggle over everything, so he's in no real danger. Another push from Falcons right now, trying to force more ults out here. Now, finally, the overclock is popped, but only Hambin to shoot at. He should die, though. Wait, Dodo's bladed in the back as well? Where are we going with this one? He gets a 1-for-1 trade, but it seemed completely unnecessary when Archie was just giving him that hazard advantage in the front line, but alright. Genji players.
Proper got the close respawn wave as well. So 0 staggers there. Everybody close spawn for Falcons. Rough fight for New Era, to be honest. They spent double DPS ultimate and all 5 enemy players are close spawn. Dodo back spawn because he had to blade so deep. And still no check. Ruler? What on earth are we doing, Ruler? Blink and you'll miss it. The guy is gone. You can see Kivis is pushing, looking for a trade now. Has the Ray in the back pocket, but there's no hope at all. And New Era just giving it away.
Give themselves in that nice situation. Ray advantage push should be looking good for them, but twice now, New Era found themselves with an ult advantage situation, failed to convert any kills or even a fight out of it, and now they still have that Ray advantage, of course, but now they'll be pushing into a downpour, into a blade, maybe even into Shears B. A much more complicated fight for New Era to try and convert here, and again, they're going to have to do it on their side of the map.
Oh, now we've got the orbital ray coming out from Kivis, but the counter downpour is there, as is a beat from Chio. Down goes Kivis first in the fight. Archie flips up onto the high ground. They catch the kill onto Fielder, so no Junos online for either side. The downpour comes out, but it misses Stalker. Will anyone go down to this? It looks like Stalker will go down just because he had to juke it. If somebody could steal the cart right now, it could be massive, and I ain't talking about a low tape of fade, but no, New Era, they are still losing meters on the cart in this scrappy fight, so this is bad news for them.
Ruda will go and stop it now, but the damage is mostly done. Now they're coming back New Era, but they had to use a lot to win that fight. They're still trying to clear Hambin out of this left-hand side. They do force him back. They've nearly got the beat, New Era. They've got the beat. It's versus a blade. It's versus an overclock. Falcons nearly have a ray. Falcons can just use one ult to force the beat, then another ult to kill him here.
I will say the kites in this series have been unreal from either side. Anytime somebody invests a clock, a ray, both teams are so ready to kite it out with these double speed boost compositions. Could be one of the reasons why Korea is so hot and heavy for the Lucio Juno composition, the ability to push and pull with such ease. Now we've got walls exchanged in main, but all of the onus is on New Era to break this hold, and Stalker has that high ground position. Beat comes out in response to Fielder's orbital ray. Falcons, they want to push through this choke. Blade comes out for proper. Down goes Dodo once again facing extinction. New Era, they're diving the high ground looking for a kill. They can't find anything. They're all over the shop. New Era, they're in Falcons as close spawn. But Kivis is being run down by Hanbin. Both supports actually. What? Hang about.
They're just both hit. Hanbin's in trouble, actually. He gets the Mega. He's still battling back here. He's getting a little bit of help from Stalker now, and boy, did he need it, actually. A really confusing situation. Stalker might regret that slide in as well. Proper stuff behind. It's full chaos in this fight. Proper gets a 1-for-1 trade. He's going to get pocketed out of that one. And the dogfight continues right now. Still split fighting. Hambin has the downpour to throw into all of this as well. Will chase him down with it as well. Makes himself a little wall to block it there, Ruler. And they will keep moving forward. They've stolen the payload. They're just on the run.
New Era doing so good, stealing the cart, blocking the downpour. Really nice macro play there, taking control of the objective when it matters most. Now the orbital ray comes out from Kivis. Proper, he misses the execute. Stalker, he's on the run. He gets caught up in the downpour. Surely he will fall. Ruler is incredibly low. Need him to not get traded out here if we want to see a chance for New Era. Kivis also taken incredibly low. So much danger in the backline. Down goes Ruler. Down goes Kivis as well. The trades are there. Proper's on the objective. He will take the dash damage. There may be a checkpoint conceded here for the side of Falcons, though. Stalker and Cheer, they've got the back spawn. New Era, they only need a couple more meters. This should be enough to do it.
Yeah, they'll give a checkpoint out of this. And now, once you get the checkpoint on Esperanza, you can start putting real meters on the board here and start to close that gap. Still 50-odd meters behind right now, and Falcons plenty in the bank, support ult-wise, overclock, everything like this. But finally, New Era, a chance to take a fight on Falcon side of the map, and they've got their DPS ults to do it with here.
Oh, they've got double DPS ult online, but Chio, he's got a solution for that. The beat drop. And we've seen how easy it is to kite it out in this comp. You throw in an overclock and straight away the enemy team, they've got 2 speed boosts to work with if they want to back it off. New Era, they're just trying to park the bus on the corner, but let's be real here. You can't just park the bus in this situation. Mirrored overclocks, but Stalker, he gets the worst end of it. Beat comes out from Chio, too little too late. The counter wall is so good from Harmon, though, catches out Dodo, so it's a 4 versus 4. Search closing on that beat drop. Fielder taken incredibly low by the push, but he will not fall. He's inside the ray now. Search with the second beat. Archie does not receive it, which means he's in a lot of trouble. I'm going to have a coughing fit. You need to cast.
Oh, they will get that kill on Archie, but Kimmies has cleaned up on the point. They need to pocket him out. Proper will still get a trade. Proper will get both trades. Backline is dead, and now Ruler is stranded with no heals, and Proper cleans it all up. We've seen some highlight Genji plays so far in this series, but Proper reminding us all why he's still regarded at the top.
Proper, absolutely ridiculous push there with the blade. Late kill onto Dodo as well. That has got to hurt. The close spawns are off. There is 30 seconds on the clock. And New Era, they are facing an uphill battle. 30-something meter deficit on the wrong side of the map. Dodo has made the panic swap over to the Sombra. Actually hacks up Proper.
Okay.
Secures the kill. Stalker, though, he will help secure the kill with Harmon onto Dodo, and that is 8 seconds on the clock. Now, Ruler has that downpour. Might just be saving it for next map. He's been playing a little bit of Marble Rivals, and he thinks that he can save it for the next round, and that's going to be a C9. Falcons closing out the series 3-1.
Close it out. Spirited fight from New Era in the end. I think nobody really gave him a chance in this series. So a map is actually a result here, I think, for New Era. Even in the pre-game interview, they were talking about how, you know, their real battle is let's get into the last chance qualifier. Let's beat the other teams around us at the bottom, you know? So first series against Falcons, a tough one. Take a map. Probably actually feel really fine with that, like, bigger picture here.
It's Jed just front and center in their team graphic, like...
The main man?
Yeah, no, genuinely couldn't identify anyone that did more in that series than Sandwich.
Did he lose a map? Answer me that.
Painkiller won 2-0 on his maps.
All the other Falcons players, they all lost a map, Max. It's simple math here.
Did you see that Painkiller tweet?
No.
The team with Painkiller on it beat NRG 2-1 in the Swiss stage, and Painkiller tweeted, GG's, we win 2-1, bracket 2-0 my maps, because the other tank played the map they lost. Just insane ego from him. Oh, clear Overwatch. Thank you very much for the raid. Speak of the devil. I was just talking about Nightmare losing to Painkiller. Thank you very much for the 48, mate. Appreciate that.
Oh, Stalker player of the match?
Who would have thought? Even
Reasonable enough,
Stalker's
it
looking a
seems.
little different. Stalker doesn't look cosmetic surgery different, though. He just looks like he's been eaten a bit different. Yeah. I didn't play, so it doesn't count. Exactly right, Clear. If you had played Hazard, that shit would have gone different.
There's always an Australian to blame.
Alright, let's get some slop going. I'll see you on the other side. Actually,
Roger,
you know what? I might give away a code, right? But we're between series.
Well, between series, I'm gonna go grab a drink, and then I'm gonna do a giveaway as well. So if you're interested in giveaways, there's actually many places to be at the same time.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this fucking marbles bullshit.
You're gonna do the marbles
animated
bullshit?
code.
That's actually... I'm gonna do marbles as well, but I'm gonna grab a drink and stuff first, so... You kick it
I'll
off,
leave
mate.
it to it. Alright, if anyone's in Xavier's stream, you know, you can also enter the running in my stream if you'd like, but, you know, don't abandon the guy. Just drop an exclamation mark, play, and then leave, you know?
If you're smart, you'll
can't
play in
play
one
yet.
and come back and play again.
Yeah,
Alright.
if you're really smart, you'll get really entitled to the stuff that I'm giving away for free and get angry if I don't let you play or something. I'll see you then.
In a bit. Alright, yeah, I'll be right back. Let me grab a drink, let me get ready, and then we will play, we'll give away our first code of the stream, right? If you want to go into Unter's chat, go give him some love as well. And I'll be back in a few minutes so we can get the first marbles underway here too. So stay tuned, everyone.
네, 오늘 첫 경기 개막전 팀 팔콘이 승리를 차지합니다. 승리 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
네, 오늘 승리 축하드립니다. 오늘의 POTM은 스토커 선수가 차지하게 됐는데요. 자, 오늘 경기 승리로 장식하게 됐어요. 2025년 첫 경기 승리로 첫 경기 장식을 했는데 첫 경기 승리 소감 들어볼까요?
더 쉽게 이겼어야 하는데 그거지 못한 점 아쉽고 그냥 다음 경기는 더 쉽게 이길 수 있도록 더 열심히 하겠습니다.
네, 자 오늘 3라운드 때 왕의 길 때 뉴에라의 맹공이 펼쳐지면서 살짝 주춤하는 모습이 펼쳐지기도 했어요. 이때 좀 어떤 상황이었을까요?
그냥 저희가 연습을 아예 안 한 맵이어가지고 그게 좀 문제가 됐던 것 같습니다.
네, 그렇다면 앞으로는 더 좋은 모습 기대해 볼 수도 있겠네요.
네.
네, 맞습니다. 자, 하지만 전반적으로 탄탄한 경기력, 팀팔콘만의 조직감 넘치는 경기를 보여주면서 오늘 경기 승리로 마감을 하게 됐는데요. 자, 오늘 또 스토커 선수의 폭발적인 딜링이 기가 막혔습니다. 소전과 LC로 상대의 숨구멍을 틀어 막는 딜링을 보여줬는데요. 자, 소전 궁을 좀 순삭하고요. 또 시작 때 위도 견제를 하면서 상대의 힘을 쭉 빠지게 만들었어요. 자, 오늘 좀 딜링할 때 포지션 어떻게 잡았나요?
딱히 생각을 하고 잡진 않아가지고 그냥 상대가 보이는 쪽 간 것 같습니다.
오늘 좀 내가 누굴 더 많이 죽인 것 같다 이런 거 있었나요? 오늘 좀 착착 감기더라 이 선수가.
다 똑같이 저에게 죽은 것 같습니다.
네, 공평하게 더 딜링을 해서 똑같이 죽여줬다라고 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 자, 오늘 상대가 트레벤, 에코벤을 보여주면서 좀 스토커 선수를 견제하는 모습을 또 보여주기도 했어요. 이번에 영웅 벤이 이제 도입이 됐는데 어떻게 생각하실까요?
저희 팀에게는 뱀픽이 되게 좋다고 생각합니다. 왜냐하면 영웅퍽이 저희가 넓기 때문에 그 밴을 해봤자 다른 거 하면 되기 때문에 딱히 문제가 되지는 않습니다.
이야, 우리 팀에게는 벤 아무 문제가 되지 않습니다. 벤 해봤자 다른 거 하면 된다라고 또 깔끔하게 말씀을 해주셨어요. 자, 2025년 팀원들과 한 해를 더 보내게 됐습니다. 자, 팀원들에게 하고 싶은 말 있을까요?
열심히 하자.
누가 특히 열심히 해야 되나요?
저희 팀 저 빼고 다 열심히 해야 됩니다.
야, 나 빼고 좀만 더 열심히 해봐라 라고 말씀을 해주셨어요. 자, 그리고 또 새해부터 팬분들이 정말 많이 찾아주셨죠. 팬분들 열심히 응원 보내주시고 계신데요. 스토커 선수도 팬분들께 한 말씀 부탁드립니다.
응원해주셔서 감사하고 다음에는 더 잘하는 모습 보여드리겠습니다.
네, 다음 경기도 더 기대해달라라고 또 스토커 선수 말씀해주셨습니다. 지금까지 오늘의 POTM 스토커 선수 인터뷰 마치도록 하고요. 저희는 다음 경기로 돌아오도록 할 텐데요. 크레이지 라쿤과 제타 디비전의 경기로 돌아오도록 하겠습니다.
We're back. We ready for a code? Ready for a code? Oh. Let me load marbles. Mods, are you locked in? Do I have a mod with me? Juby, you here? Or are you busy? If not, I can be a responsible adult in the room. How did he do the marbles? You're here? Nice, Juby. Come on, marbles, load. Let me play. It says it's launching. Says it's launching. Oh, I'm downloading an update. Oh, no way. Hold on. Don't worry, my internet speed's okay. We're already halfway. I should have launched it before I went to get a drink. It's all right. We'll have time. We'll have time. Don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get our code. Already at 70%. We're flying up. We're flying up. All right, everyone ready? 95%. Running install script. Launching. Launching. race? Should we take a community map to, what's popular right now? Pretty Crazy Bakery? We have 10 minutes? Oh, we got loads of time. Might even give away 2. Should we give away 2? Jay in chat if you want to give away 2. There we go. Ellie wants 2. Ellie wants 2. All right, we'll do 2 races then. 2 races, 2 codes up for grabs in this break. Is the music a little bit loud on the other stream? Hold on. All right, Pretty Crazy Bakery. Play. It's time, it's time, it's time. I'm not no myth. I've heard it's not been going great. All right. Where are we? Where are we? I want to join myself. I should have a chance to win the code, right? I should have a chance to win the code. 60-second countdown for everyone to get in. You got 60 seconds. The countdown has started, all right? So get your balls ready. Normally, Friday, 10 a.m., you wouldn't be allowed to get your balls out, but on this occasion, it's actually a balls out occasion, okay? So Pretty Crazy Bakery. Give you a little preview of the track. 44 seconds if you want to play. Seems easy enough, right? Just go down the slope. Down the cookie pathway. And then land in the little cookie basket at the end. 540. I don't know what that means. But all right, seems straightforward enough, right? Seems straightforward enough. This is what your local bakery looks like. Little cookie man. Big cookie at the start. All right, seems like we're getting a lot of races. 8 seconds, last chance to play if you want in. And a mythic skin up for grabs. The first of many given away. 2 seconds, 1 second. All right. 150 free competitors. 1 in 153 chance. All you have to do is be good, is be quick. Sliding to the center. Everyone going in. Who's going to come out tops? Oh, there seems to be a little bit of a front pack emerging here. Still quite a lot of people in it, but everyone's still in this one. Everyone's come through pretty evenly. Now a choice of right or left. Looks like Monkey Banjo leading the way left. Whoa, a few springboarders here. Is this for good or better for worse? It's for worse. It's for worse. They're dying. They're dying. Oh, any skippers? No. Jason off the map as well. Reformed Verif off the map. Slow and Steady. Klee and Banjo are at the front. Not slow and steady at all is AVBK. Stuck at the back. Klee is going to take the early lead through this left-hand side. Banjo through the right, but they are neck and neck right now. Shazza and Snowy there. I'm in the racing too. I'm going to win myself a skin. I can beat all of you suckers. Now coming through, and Klee and Banjo both with a clear run. Everyone else getting stuck. Again, they've gone different ways on all of this. A few more jumpers trying to cheat the system. Jump into the front, but it's not looking good for the jumpers unless... Oh, wait, unless... IKO with the skip. They're all the way up the front. How have they managed this? Everyone else has failed the jump, but they are now crawling down the edge. Oh, a huge leap into the lead here from IKO. And all of a sudden, Klee and Banjo's good, hard, honest work is worth nothing. It's a gigantic lead. The Anna skin is theirs. All they need to do is hold on. All they need to do is hold on. They're straight through the funnel spinner as well. Banjo and Klee are the closest competitors, but it's not that close at all. It's surely a clear run. The tumbler is maybe the biggest obstacle they have to overcome. The tumbler, if you've not seen the tumblers before, they're the great equalizer in all of this. But a massive lead to work with. Making their way around. They've taken the longer path here. I think maybe going underneath. If you can go down the middle path, that's the quickest. But IKO has such a big lead, it might not make a difference. A few more springboarders. Coleman, Cheyenne taking the leap, but I don't know if it's anywhere near close enough. They might just be going off the edge, yeah. A death for Niels, a death for Coleman. And now IKO. Strong lead. But the chasing pack hasn't given up yet. He needs to nail the tumbler. Thank you.
Hi, Commander.
Thank you, Dragon of Mila. Stay inside, mate. Stay inside. That's the tip. IKEA right now is staying inside for Tumbler. Can he find his way out? More people are entering for Tumbler, and there's an equalizer here. Aquaplasma has a chance. IKEA though at the bottom. Can he get out? Can anyone speedrun it? IKEA trying to find it out. Aqua is right there with him. It's not over yet. IKEA and Aqua in a neck-to-neck race, trying to get their way out of this Tumbler. Can anyone else join him? IKEA maintains the lead into the jump. All they need to do is land it. No! Aquaplasma snatches it at the last minute. IKEA has a disaster here. Aquaplasma has snatched the code at the last minute. The rest of our top 10 is secured. It was such a gigantic lead, and they couldn't close it out. The fumble is real. The rest of the chasing pack will come in here. There's a few stragglers at the back here. Cyclops, Lotchi, Steph, all having a hard time with this. 30 seconds left. They are well behind the pace though. Everyone else mostly nailing the jump here. Everyone will be closing in. But oh dear, our slow boys at the back. Cyclops and Lotchi. 10 seconds left. They're not going to finish. They're all going to be killed off in the end. Cyclops will get overtaken one last time, getting stuck on every single piece of cookie. And unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And Aquaplasma is our winner. Woo! All right, Aquaplasma. GB should be reaching out. GB Hawk is our mod, and we'll be reaching out. Understood, GB. So let's get Aquaplasma their well-earned code for being the fastest ball. Won't let you whisper. Maybe I can do it. Let's see. Aquaplasma, whisper. I think I can do it. Hold on. Let me give the top code. All right, Aquaplasma, I sent you the code. Hopefully you've received that DM. And I think we should have another one. Time for another one, I mean. Still 2 minutes. Can we squeeze in one more? We can squeeze in another one, can't we? We can squeeze in another one. Let me move my camera down for a second as well so you can see the deaths. All right. We have time. Where are we going? Race menu. All right, let's see. Community. Top plays. What do we want? This one's a little bit shorter. Fast second parkour. Seems reasonable enough, right? All right, 60 seconds again. One more code up for grabs. You guys know how it works at this point. Exclamation mark play if you want to play. It's that simple. Starting the 60-second countdown right now. So get yourself involved. Fast second parkour. All right. We're starting at the top. And we're going to hit the bottom. Easy enough, right? Easy enough. Get your balls in. Everyone's going to start. There's a few difference in starting position here. A few people at the front of the pack here. Whoa. Follow a goal. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate the follows. Thank you very much. All right. Some special balls in here. Look at Bull Skunk. He's a little floating horse. We've got a glowing blue ball here as well. From Amon. Oh. Juby as well. Is this a dog? Oh, it's some kind of... Yeah, it's a dog. I've seen a dog before. All right, 10 seconds if you want to play. Last chance, exclamation mark play if you want to get in. This is for an anamorphic skin as well. Let's see it, let's see it, let's see it. Off to the races. Thank you, Plum, for the 10 months.
Finally,
all right.
The real content we want.
This is where the real competition is. Forget Crazy Raccoon's A Division. It's all about fast second parkour. And everyone is in the running so far. A few people getting stuck on the wheel, though. A few people off the edge immediately. What's gone wrong there? A terrible start for few. And a quick finish for him as well. But it's a close pack right now. Ars Indio at the front. But it's actually Joran who's taken the early lead out of all of this. Coming through that left-hand side. Now, got to get through these next spinners. We'll be able to get through it. Not slowing down at all. And Joran is starting to get a little bit of a lead over everyone else right now. Joby just behind right now. Jay's in front. Now, knee spinners, they could give you a speed boost. They could slow you down. Let's see. Joran's going to get stuck a little bit. Oh, Joran's going to get caught. Fovai jumps into the lead. Hadouken King is pushed off the edge. All the way off. Fix is trying to seal the lead. Oh, Fix tried to snatch it. He tried to seal it. Bobby going for it as well. But everyone is going too far. Everyone's jumping off the edge. Coleman trying to snatch it at the end. Oh, just too far from Coleman. He hit the rim and he bounced off. You're going to have to do this one the old-fashioned way, I think. Lumini, wait, on the edge. Oh, off the rim and out. Last Spartan as well. So many jumpers trying to treat it. And it's actually Fovai in the lead. Fovai doing it the old-fashioned way. Fovai seals it. Mpreg's in the chat for Fovai. Our top 3, our top 10 is secured. Clutch from Fovai in the end. Everyone tried to jump over the top. Everyone tried to race to the finish. But you guys have all heard the story of the race and the hare. The race and the hare? The rabbiton. No, the hare and the tortoise. I know animals, guys. I've seen a dog. I know there are other animals as well. And oh my god. We'll finish off this one, then we'll lock in for the interview. The story of the racist hare. That's a different story. That's a different story for another day, Rebanana. We maybe need to investigate a little bit what was happening to Spurious and all of this. A very slow run from Spurious, but we'll get themselves over the line within the time limit. And there we go. Fovai is our winner. There were so many close snatches there. Coleman nearly stole it at the end. Or right at the start, I should say. But Fovai, hard-working, honest, ran the course as it was intended. Gets himself an Anamythic. Oh, all right. Let's get... Ooh, not settings. Let's go back to the race menu. Let's get ourselves out of this. Let's go see what our Korean friends are saying. And we can of course come back to this. For now, we will quit. And stop in with our Korean friends. And I'll sort Fovai out a code. Where are you, Fovai? What happened to the Mpreg command? It was actually exploitable. It was exploitable to send announcements, so it had to be put to bed, unfortunately. All right, Fovai, I'm sending you a whisper right now. Keep this one between you and me. Because it's an Anamythic code. Ooh, okay. Need to settle down now. Settle down a little bit now. You can be trusted to handle the codes if you want. Not falling for that one. Not falling for that one. Congratulations, though. Aquaplasma and Fovai. Well-deserved winners. Enjoy your Anamythic skin. We've got plenty more to give away across the weekend, courtesy of Overwatch Esports Asia. So there'll be more chances to win. There'll be more chances to play. So don't lose heart. There's always more chances. Thumbs up. Thanks, Crazy Raccoon. So Crazy Raccoon against Zeta Division next. Crazy Raccoon versus Zeta Division next. Here's the walkout. Let's get our eyes on it. Let's see. Crazy Raccoon started the year super strong, but ended up being second to Falcons for the most part. Those jackets are nice, aren't they? Jackets are nice. Lip too big for a jacket. Obviously, there wasn't one in his size. Pretty run-of-the-mill, hands in the middle and hands up situation from them. As they all go, get ready, take their seats, jackets off. Locking in. And of course, here we have Zeta Division. All right, no changes from Zeta Division from last season either. We're going to see all of the same faces. The big question, obviously, is always, Pelican Alpha, who is going to play? Who's going to play? We'll have to wait and see who gets committed to the roster. What if they both play? Ooh, controversial, but can you leave Captain Flora out? A lot of Sojourn being played. So you have to imagine you'd see him. The top 3 gatekeeper. I mean, you might not be wrong. All right, let's see it. Here are the boys. You'll recognize a lot of them. A season of regrets. Yeah, if you don't remember last year, it was 2 map 5s they lost to Falcons to deny them going to Stockholm and to deny them going to Dallas. Alfie feels like something big is going to happen. Pelican on point. Pelican agrees. Who are their rivals? Crazy Raccoon, the Battle of the Japanese Orgs. They struggle with defense, always aggressive. Crazy Raccoon have the most handsome roster. Crazy Raccoon and Falcons are one tricks. Falcons game was alright. It was a good King's Row was really great. The rest of the series not so much, but the King's Row was really great. Alfie wants to crush him. Violet trying to rally the troops. Come on, Finn, stop thinking about food, talk about the game. Finn's just here for a good time. All right, he's promised us exciting games.